of life and to console each other.
Hello. I am sorry, but I must interrupt this show. You know what it is? Hey, Ham Solo. It's time, baby. Low. Let's turn out we do. Hey. They said, we said we hit. They said, we said we on. They said, we said we strong. They said, we said we go. We say that you heard right. 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 They said, we said we in. They said, we said we on. They said, we said strong. They said, we said go. We say that you heard right. 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 I swear that it's imminent. I've been going so hard on my penmanship. About to go in and buy me a wheel. And I pull that shit fresh off the dealership. I can leave you on red like I am, like you red fox. Got you chasing Hot Wheels like a matchbox. EA running the game and it don't stop. Super cold like I'm playing for Blizzard. Cut you all in my sights like Red Dead Redemption. Never gonna slip on my pimpin'. Better get out my way, bitch, I'm on a mission. Really ain't no competition. I'm steady grilling opposition. I'm get up and ready to win. They can play it how they play, but fuck what you say. I'm getting this money today. Last of us like a dying breed. Down the ride like a noble steed. Fatality moves, I make it bleed. That's on any game, that's on any screen. Shut up and give me your money. They said we so lit. Even if I take an L, we coming back just to show that we don't quit. They said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said go.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the latest installment of BullSittin on TSWS Gaming. This week, we've got the inevitably awesome Xbox Game Showcase. Helldivers 2 attempts to turn PC gamers into PlayStation gamers, and Starfield is finally released. I'm your host, Lok7, and joining me today is the lovely Nintendo goddess, Cozy Beluga, Mr. Behind Them Sticks, Ham Solo, the man that likes games more than anyone alive, Mr. Matt Likes Games, and our tech specialist with over 5 decades in IT, Mr. Mental 9R.
Man,
Welcome.
I gained a decade in
in
2 weeks. Nice.
welcome in, everyone. Before we get into it, Cozy.
Yes.
How are you feeling, Rosie?
Absolutely.
Tell us why.
Because I've been playing Starfield.
Pretty good reason.
That's a solid reason. I wasn't expecting a gaming related reason, but it's pretty solid. Matt, how you doing, man? What you been playing this past week?
Ooh, lots of Fallout, buddy. Playing
Still.
Fallout. That's yeah.
Fallout. He doesn't
Still,
want
what do you
the
mean still?
world on fire.
What are you talking about still?
Just wants to light a flame in
Okay.
your heart.
Okay, Cozy.
Ham, you look sleepy, buddy. How you doing?
I'm all right. It's been a day so far, but it's all right.
You know you were playing video games all day.
Ham, what you been playing this past week?
A little bit of Tales of Kenzera on Wednesday. I streamed that. And also a crap ton, a megaton of Fallout.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's
Fallout
been
everywhere.
ridiculous.
Which one? Which Fallout?
It's been ridiculous with me playing Fallout as of lately, so been enjoying the hell out of that.
Which Fallout?
4.
For Matt, are you also on 4?
Yep. Best Fallout.
Oh, everyone
That's
knows
not
the best
true.
Fallout is 76.
Dude,
What?
I love saying that and people losing this. Dude, 76 is probably above. Hot take, real quick. 76 is probably above New Vegas for me. I'm just being.
Guys, let's start the
And
show.
and here's the thing: I like all of them. I love them all, but just being honest about.
All right, let's. Okay, Mental. How are you, and what you been playing this past week?
I'm doing wonderful, and I have been playing Stellar Blade Uncensored. So
Explain what that is. Please.
Perf.
that is that
he's a
is
perv,
buying it
clearly.
on disc and taking your PS5 offline, installing the game, and not going on the internet. Because if you do, it will even if you turn off automatic downloads, it still downloads the patch and forces you to install it before you try and play it. At least that's been my experience. So I uninstalled the game, reinstalled it, and just left my PS5 off the internet because I wanted to be able to go through it, see it how it was originally intended to be played, and then I will go back and play it post-patch again.
Oh my god.
Purely for scientific
Dude.
reasons only.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Like,
I'm just saying.
I'm against
I
the
wanted
whole
to see.
censorship
That's all.
thing. I'm against the whole censorship thing, but you care.
That's
care a lot
too
more
over
than
the
I do.
top. That's too. No,
Yeah.
I don't actually.
Yeah.
It's a little over the top. Okay, well, if it's over the top,
not
I can
over the
always just
top.
go online.
I wouldn't say it's over the
But-
top. I would just say that for me, that's too much investment. Like I'm not going to go offline and purposefully buy the physical. Well, also buying physical for me is almost impossible because of where I live. But yeah, okay. To
Yeah.
each
No,
his
I
own,
wanted
though.
the physical disc. I wanted the physical disc. Then I can just trade it in. If I figured if I didn't like it, at least it's easy to recoup some money out of it. So that's why I bought it on disc.
All right. Welcome in.
I honestly, that's why.
Sapo, welcome. PS5 for the win. If you don't update your game, even the OS, they don't allow you to play. At some point, they actually do that. That is wild. I didn't know that was a thing. Rachie says you're thirsty, Mental. Also, welcome in, Rachie.
I am a bit thirsty. I've been
yeah,
drinking a lot today.
That's what he meant. That is totally.
That's how I'm
totally
taking it.
Yeah. Ham, do you have the subjects ready so we can get into it?
Sure.
All right. So first we have the Xbox Games Showcase and Redacted Direct announced for June 9th. The Redacted game is the next installment in a beloved franchise. Okay, so the Xbox Game Showcase, the first to include games across Activision Blizzard, Bethesda, and Xbox Game Studios, will be live streamed June 9th, 2024, starting 10 a.m. PT, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. British. What time is 1 p.m. Eastern for me? I'm sorry, I'm going on a little tangent.
2 hours earlier.
That is
than
9
the show
o'clock
started.
your time.
It's
2 hours before the
12.
show started.
Oh
for
no,
you?
yeah, sorry.
No,
It's
3
12 for
hours.
you.
Right?
1 o'clock my time is 9 o'clock your time. So add 2 and
Wait,
be
we
about
started at
11, I think.
3 hours. My bad. 3 hours.
Well, he's only an hour
So,
behind. Texas is
yeah.
only. All right.
Shut up. 9, 8. Oh, I like, guys, quick tangent. I like these showcases that are friendly to the rest of the world. Like, no offense, but I used to hate a couple of years ago. Most showcases were like 2 a.m. my time, 3 a.m. my time during the in the middle of the week. So it's nice to see, shows where people in Africa, in Europe can, just
People in Europe aren't real.
watch. Going back to the article, for the second year in a row, the showcase will take place in Los Angeles, California, during the same week as Summer Game Fest. The showcase will be followed by a direct, which Microsoft is currently billing as Redacted, which is reportedly related to the next Call of Duty game. Here's a quote: "We'll be airing a special deep dive into the next installment of a beloved franchise." So according to The Verge, Microsoft will have a lot of games to show at the event, including games planned for 2025. The report also lists what it claims are target launch months for Xbox first-party games coming in 2024, including Starfield Shattered Space Expansion, the new Call of Duty, Indiana Jones, The Great Circle, Flight Simulator 2024, and Avowed. Avowed is still coming this year. Okay, so
It's Obsidian.
that's pretty much it. Hype levels, everyone. Open to everyone. You can go ahead.
Off the charts, buddy. Get to see more Vowed. Also, I want to see Fable. Very bad.
Hold on. Let me move my position. Here. There we go.
I'm interested in seeing the Starfield expansion.
Me too.
I'm excited for a new Starfield story.
You don't know anything about Starfield.
I beat it like 5 times, Cozy.
Oh. You don't know anything about Starfield.
Okay, Cozy.
How
How many
beat
times do you
Starfield
have to beat it
5?
to know something about it, Cozy? That's what I want to know.
To
You
know
have
literally
it has to be
anything.
the only game.
You have to be like Cozy and not have beat it. Right?
I also haven't beaten it.
To truly understand it, you must
Yeah.
not beat it.
Yeah.
I also haven't beaten it. Guys, Starfield is gigantic. Quick
So-
side note.
Someone was posting about how they just discovered, and I had this same ish thing happen to me. Part of New Atlantis that they weren't aware of before. Like it's like the West New Atlantis. And I happen to be. I just fast travel around New Atlantis, but I happen to be walking, and I was like, I don't think this is supposed to where I'm going. And then I got a pop up that said new location, and it was like a West New Atlantis, and I was like, what?
Huh.
So Starfield still got new stuff to show. Sup was hyped as fuck because somehow no one leaked. Not one leak has slipped into the media spaces yet. That's impressive. That is impressive. Ham, hype levels and thoughts on the fact that there haven't been many leaks or any actually.
My hype on leaks not happening.
No,
I don't
your
care.
hype for the show and your thoughts on the fact that there's no leaks.
So the thoughts about there being no leaks, I don't care about.
Okay, hype for the show.
The hype for the show, it's really high. I'm very excited for the show. Looking forward to seeing what the heck else they have to show to even come out this year. But more than just that, what they have way down in the future that they haven't really talked about at all, because I feel like we're starting to finally see all the games that were marketed at the beginning of this generation saying, this is what you can come to expect, right? Like we can finally mark Hellblade off of that list. That's not going to be there, right? Starfield, not going to be there at all. Redfall, not there. So those are some things to kind of like, mark off as not really going to be. I mean, sure, Starfield might be there in the sense of like new update, possibly. But
I would think they would show the expansion, something to do with what you'd be doing in the expansion, don't you think?
They might, one thing I'd really like to see there, especially if they're gonna like drop it in the Shattered Space thing at all, is driving in Starfield. Like I think that would be pretty cool to see. All the different, degrees of gravity depending on where you land. You take a ramp off of one thing in one planet and you're just floating for like 2 minutes. Or like do something on like a heavier planet and your car just falls really fast. So I think that'd be kind of interesting. But as for other games, it'd be interesting to see, like, I mentioned this on Matt Show, I believe, like Everwild, Perfect Dark, State of Decay 3, whatever that they
Viva Pinata.
I mean, even like Contraband and stuff like that. That'd be like interesting to see come through there. But but like I said, I'm kind of interested to hear about games that I haven't seen any sort of marketing for since the beginning of the generation. So like obviously like a Gear 6 or they'll do something within that vicinity would be pretty cool. So I'm excited, but I'm kind of content. I'm kind of just not really showing my excitement too much, more or less, until we get there. And plus, the whole Call of Duty thing, I'm interested to see what kind of backwards compatibility that they may be adding to Game Pass from the Activision Blizzard purchase. So there's a lot to wonder about, but I'm not trying to be too dead set on this is going to happen or this needs to happen or something like that. I have a lot to play as it is, so no complaints over here. Oh yeah, South of Midnight and Clockwork Revolution are two other games that I'm kind of interested.
Oh yeah.
About.
I really want to see Clockwork. Like, I know it's probably not going to.
Jason for saying that.
It's probably not going to happen, or at least it makes more sense for other things to be there because we just saw Clockwork last year. But God, like if I said on my show with him, I was like, if you made me choose between like, hey, we're gonna finally show you Perfect Dark gameplay, or a gameplay deep dive of Clockwork Revolution, I'm picking Clockwork Revolution. Pretty easy.
Wait, between Clockwork and what?
And Perfect Dark.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I can't wait for that game. That's gonna be sick.
I question whether Perfect Dark's even still a game. I mean,
I don't
long's
think
it
it's
been since we've seen anything.
Yeah, I don't think that game is the same game that they thought it would be when they started working on it. I think it's entirely different.
Bet you're 100% on that.
Let it go.
Because that team got shaved like in half. I'm pretty sure. So I don't know. Somebody continue, Loke.
All right. So lots of games. I'm of the same mind as you guys. Very excited for this showcase, and also very disturbed by the people that are saying that Xbox has nothing to show, because like you guys just demonstrated, right, in the last 5 minutes, there are tons of games on Xbox.
Yeah,
you might say Xbox has all the games, but we're not going to get into that.
If we're still talking about Xbox,
Xbox has the games.
If we're still talking about Xbox has no games, then I don't know what to say to any. Like, there's not really much you can say to anyone with that.
They
opinion.
don't have games.
See, I'm not saying anything to Cozy. See?
Yeah, so right. There's no rebuttal.
So, like, hearing things or hearing people bring back subjects or the idea that Xbox is somehow in a problem or doesn't have any games or fans should be ashamed for whatever reason, I'm just like, oh, y'all can suck a dick. Like, I don't care what y'all gotta say. Like, I really don't, because it's just like, no matter how happy I am or like excited that I am or looking forward to something, there's always somebody to try to shit in your fucking cereal. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go grab a new bowl. You can go fuck yourself. Like, like I'm not even gonna waste my time arguing with you about it or getting frustrated or showing you the direction that you should be thinking or whatever the fuck. Like, just suck a dick. Like, I don't care.
They might like
feel how you want to feel.
Damn.
Keep lying to everybody. Keep doing whatever that you feel that you have to do to protect your cannot do wrong plastic box that you feel is great, and like, keep it fucking stepping. I don't care. Y'all are losers. I'm not listening to any of y'all busters. Like, fuck them.
Busters.
Wow.
First time I heard that was on San Andreas.
I don't got time for it anymore, man. If people want to be complaining and bitching and moaning and whatnot, like, I'll just say less. You know what I mean? Like, you can feel like you won the argument because I'm not arguing. I'm just gonna play my games, dish out the facts that I know, or that I can at least, or opinions that I can agree with. I'm gonna keep it moving. That's what I did when I posted the last thing I posted on Twitter. I just pretty much posted it and walked away. Everybody, let me see. There is what is it? There's 58 comments on one of the last things that I posted. I didn't answer not a motherfucking person. I don't give a shit about what anybody has to say. They're not gonna teach me anything. They're not gonna put me in my fucking place. Like, you came to me bitching. I'm just saying how I feel and keeping it fucking moving.
Oh yeah.
I can respect that. I can respect that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I can confirm everyone. Ham Solo's awake. So, Xbox International Podcast sent a Messi tweet. This is the last time I will be singing Messi slander about Kojima. All right, I don't care how much money you guys send in super chat. This is the last time. All right, for anyone that knows Sean Paul, it's the last time. All right, stop doing it. This is the last time. So it's the John Cena theme. Kojima sucks. Kojima sucks. Kojima sucks. Kojima sucks. That's it. That's it. That's the last time. I'm done with this.
You said I like how you said one extra one that wasn't there.
Yeah.
But that's how the John Cena theme is. It has to be 4 times because we watch.
It is now.
I mean, he didn't pay for you to say the 4th time, but you did.
I'm a man of integrity. Okay, best super chat ever spent. Devil, a smiling devil emoji. Kojima game in the showcase. Thank you very much.
Yeah, OD. Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting.
That would
to see
be nice.
More about that game because what was it? Was it Summer Game Fest or not Summer Game Fest? But was it the end of the year show game?
I think it was Game Awards.
Game Awards.
Yeah, it was.
Did they have that like 2-second snippet, pretty much, of Kojima?
Like the fox running up the hill or whatever shit they were saying. I don't know what they're talking about. It was creepy.
And then they talked about the movie thing.
That movie was pretty good. I learned a lot about Kojima in that movie. Loke, did you watch that movie?
I didn't.
I'm sure you didn't. You already licked his toes. You don't need to know anything else.
He doesn't need to because his head is so far up Kojima's ass that he's literally sitting right under his brain.
He helped direct the movie.
Oh my lord!
I'm the real insider.
Ham's the real insider.
Luke already saw the movie through Kojima's eyes.
Oh my lord! You guys are very extra today. Mr. Joanna Duck, welcome in, my brother in Kojima. Don't forget the other platform. Less is more. LOL. Yeah. It's rough.
He's like looks like one of those motherfuckers that like have like one of them CPR dummies and like cut out a picture of Kojima and put it on the face of it.
Stuck it on the thing.
But
you don't have to.
Are we calling them? We're calling them CPR dummies now.
Yeah, that's what we're calling them because we can't call them S dolls. Terms of service.
Whoa! So you do admit to having one?
Well, it's the internet. The more you deny something, the more everyone is sure that it's true. Just look at Jez, poor guy. He just put out some thoughts, and now he can't backtrack. No matter what he says, it's set in stone. And the more he tries to backtrack, the more it sticks. It's wild. Tomorrow is Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. A funny joke. My eldest son and my youngest who is a girl, my daughter, were both born on May the 4th.
That's
Anyone here celebrate May the 4th?
Star Wars is trash.
Yes,
I can't
Cozy.
say that I do.
It is. Ham, you celebrate May the 4th?
No.
Mental?
Sometimes I might put on my Star Wars shirt. That's about it. I don't do it on
Based
purpose, though. It's
panel.
usually just an accident.
Wow. Star Wars is dead on TSWS. Just in case you're wondering. So X-Man, thank you so much for the super chat. Says blah, blah, blah. Loke still IGN pony bot. What's a
He is.
pony bot? You're either a pony
You.
or you're a bot, correct?
You're a pony bot.
What's a pony bot? Okay, you know what?
You.
Don't just call
Literally
me
you.
things. Tell me, what does that mean, Matt?
It means
What's a
you are
pony
a
bot?
pony and a bot, and your name is Loke, and that's you. You pony bot.
Okay, so a pony is someone that's super into PlayStation. A bot is someone that's super into Xbox, correct?
Sure, yeah, we
Matt.
can do that. Yeah, we can do that.
Sure. I'm a pony
Mhm.
bot. Thank you so much. Xbox International Crazy Louis says, wait a minute. Sorry. Thank you so much for the super chat, Crazy Louis. Says, wait a minute. Could the Kojima game be the Fox logo?
Nah, I think
If
that's.
this is Metal Gear Solid related, bro.
I think that's Call of Duty stuff there, buddy.
Oh, you know what? Let me dream for 5 seconds. Let me dream. Stop shaking your head. Stop shaking your head, man.
Luke's gonna get his hopes up to be disappointed. He can't wait.
Shaking his head. Ham, I want to see your face when I say this. Get your ass back on camera. Get your ass back on camera, Ham.
Kiss my ass.
Thinks that this is gonna be Kojima's. This is gonna be Metal Gear Solid. Okay,
guys, who has more money than Jesus? Microsoft.
Jesus was brokey.
Who would sell? Okay, who has more money than
Carpenter?
God? Fine. Who has more money? You guys and semantics. Don't make me get into specifics.
No.
We're not gonna make this.
Doesn't have money. He's above. God doesn't have money. God doesn't have money.
Cozy, we're not gonna make this a religious podcast. We're not going to do it.
I'm just saying those two things were factually wrong.
It's true. It's true.
You want to turn this into a religious podcast, Cozy?
No, I don't. I'm just saying you.
I think she does.
That's just wrong.
Hurry up, Loke, and get your stupid Metal Gear Solid bullshit over.
Yeah, because if we get into the religious thing, we're going to be here for a minute, and Cozy's trying to rile me up. She's trying. Yeah. We've successfully moved the politics to the Sunday show. We're going to have to find another day for the religious stuff. All right. Anyways. So this is me just dreaming. I didn't have this in my mind, okay? Until
and now you
Crazy
do.
Until Crazy Louis put it in the super chat. I'm just being honest. I'm being 100%, right? What if this is real? Xbox has all the money in the world. They are already working with Kojima. Konami are known for whoring themselves out to the highest bidder. Why is this out of the realm of possibility?
Are you saying Metal Gear Solid?
Yes, Metal Gear Solid 6 or some sort of Metal Gear Solid.
Let me poop on that parade. Let me tell you why that's out of the realm of possibility. But because Kojima's literally working on like a ton of different projects right now. I don't think he'd be adding Metal Gear to that list of things he's working on right now.
You know what your problem is, Matt?
What's my problem,
Lo? Kojima on the same level
as any other developer, because he's literally any other developer.
Howard, he's really not. Kojima is not. He's not. He's not any other.
He's not, because he doesn't make good
other
games.
Developers. None of these other developers ever created their own freaking genres. All right, so settle down. right? If
Spies
anyone
and
can do it,
espionage?
it's Metal Gear. It's Kojima. All right, Cozy, tell me
Okay.
why I'm wrong.
You're wrong because they make good
'Cause-
games.
Because you
Uh,
are.
you know, at least
You are.
Matt's rebuttal had some bite. Ham, tell me why I'm wrong.
I just don't care. You're gagging, and I'm tired of listening to it.
Oh Lord! Mm.
Oh my, that was good. That was good.
Oh!
Uh,
Ouch!
Wow.
so I just swallowed. Mental.
Yo,
Tell
That's
me.
all right. I mean, okay.
Don't start it because you know I'm gonna finish
Swallow
it.
for
Mental.
Kojima.
you
Yeah, he's gonna
are
finish
Mental.
it. He's gonna
Tell us.
finish it.
Oh, for sure. Mental, tell me why I'm wrong.
That's nuts.
I don't care. You can be right.
There you go. Let him have it.
Fine.
I don't care. So
All right, let's get
you're
the
right,
super
Loke.
chats.
I'm with you, buddy. You're right.
All right, let's get the super chats before we have to move on to the next topic. Drawn TJ, welcome in. Thank you so much, Drawn TJ. Hi guys, bye Embracer. Hi Loke, my little pony Texan. COD Gears State of Decay on June 9th. Can't wait. Hi panel. Hi Cozy. Cozy. Okay. All right. Thanks for the super chat. Anyone have anything to say specific about what Drawn TJ says here?
I mean, his next super chat is pretty spot on. The second show is COD, not anything else.
All right, well, we're going in sequence. So X-Men with another super chat. Thank you so much. Says, okay, Loke, then you're a phony pony. IGN stand. Can
Ain't
anyone
nothing
tell me
phony
what a
about that
phony pony is?
I mean, I agree with him.
What's a phony pony?
I mean, you're a
since
real
you
pony.
agree with him.
He's calling you a fraud.
Yeah, basically a fraud. You're fake.
I'm a fraud.
It's just, yeah, just in general.
Well, you said
You
it.
said you're a fraud pony, but you're an IGN stan, and that's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a phony pony. So I'm not a pony then.
I guess not.
You are.
You're a fake gamer.
This is so like introspective and mind warping. Drawn TJ with another super chat. Thank you so much. Says the second show is called Not Anything Else. Stop taking my dreams away from me, Drawn TJ. Stop it. Let a man dream for 5 seconds.
Fuck your dreams.
Right?
Steal those
Wake
dreams,
up.
John TJ. You steal
can
those
talk.
dreams.
You can toss
No,
those right in the trash, Luke. Right in the
Where's
trash.
my safe space pillow? I have a Kojima space pillow. Where is it? Oh,
Probably,
all
it's
right.
probably in the washer.
Got a swallowing Kojima. Why don't you try swallowing
Wait,
some
you
coffee?
got a Kojima body pillow? What?
That's cotton. I
Yeah,
can't
he's
swallow
got-
it.
he's
How
got-
do you
he's-
wash the pillowcase?
He's got it in the washer
I
right
don't.
now.
I don't wash it. The maid does, but it's like once a week.
Oh.
Vic, the motherfucking click. Thank
Okay,
you
the
so much.
maid.
Also welcome in. Says I just walked in here and people are swallowing. WTF is going on? Look, that's not the Texas way.
It is for
It's
Loke.
not. It's not.
So more evidence, Vic, that
Big
I'm
gulp
not,
for Kojima.
not
Looks-
from Texas.
Loke's making it
Also-
the Texas way.
Also appreciate this one here. 616 in LA. Anyone heard the part 2 of Kendrick Lamar's diss to Drake?
Was there a part 2?
Yeah, this one, this one on the screen right now. You can
I have
you can
not
check it
heard
out.
that.
It
I'll have
is
to
pretty
listen to
mid.
it.
It is
pretty mid?
pretty mid. The first one's awesome, right?
Yeah, I thought the first
But
one was
this-
really good.
This is pretty mid. I listened to it twice today. Not feeling it. Silent Cypher, welcome in, brother. Welcome in. Yo, Donnie Casada as well. Mike Johnson. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Vic sends another super chat. Says, Loki's moving like Drake. The worst part is that between Kendrick Lamar and Drake, I prefer Drake. So it is what it is. Ron TJ with another super chat. Thank you so much. IGN is made up of frauds like F star your feelings, Loke. It's COD only. Or F your feelings.
Yeah.
It's COD. Okay. Damn, Drawn TJ. I thought you guys. Hey,
I agree with
okay.
him. Fuck your feelings. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Wow. I'm just saying, if this ends up being a Kojima game or Metal Gear, I'm gonna load it over you guys for the rest of the year.
It's
Go
not.
ahead.
So I'm
Go
so
ahead,
go
because
ahead.
it's not.
All right. You're middle. You don't know rap. It's cool, bro. It's cool. Anyways, moving on
You don't know
from the
ball.
showcase. Helldivers 2 will soon require all Steam players to sign in with a PlayStation Network account. The title is pretty self-explanatory. A lot of people were losing their minds over it.
This is dumb.
No way.
This is really dumb.
Bunch of people
This-
bitching. No way.
This is super dumb, and I gotta be honest. Like, it doesn't, like, I'll play the game. I log into PSN. I really don't give a shit. But it's like people. There's so many different people online just arguing back and forth. Like, it's not a big deal, and then everybody's like, it's the biggest deal in the world. It's like there's probably a middle ground somewhere in there where you can just kind of be normal. I don't know, but I think it's dumb that they're like, hey, 3 months after release, all of a sudden now you got to sign into PSN. Just kind of think that's a little dumb. Personal.
Did they give a reason why? I mean, I see it was.
So. I would imagine achievements, but
Let's see.
don't even think they mentioned that. Or achievements.
Let's read some link. Let's read some quotes here. Due to technical issues at the launch of Helldivers 2, we allowed the linking requirements for Steam accounts to a PlayStation Network account to be temporary option. Sony said that grace period will now expire. Account linking plays a critical role in protecting our players and upholding the values of safety and security provided on PlayStation. I'm sorry, I can't read this with a straight face. Safety and security provided on PlayStation. For real.
For PlayStation. I'm glad you
don't get hacked.
Out.
Let me read the whole quote. Account linking plays a critical role in protecting our players and upholding the values of safety and security. I'm sorry. I'll do it again. Safety and security provided on PlayStation and PlayStation Studios games. This is our main way to protect players from griefing and abuse by enabling the banning of players that engage in that type of behavior. It also allows those players that have been banned the right to appeal. As such, as of May 6th, all new Helldivers 2 players on Steam will be required to connect their Steam account to a PlayStation Network account. Current players on Steam will start to see the mandatory login from May 30th and will be required to have linked a Steam and PlayStation Network account by June 4th. PlayStation Network accounts are free and easy to set up using this link. We understand that while this may be an inconvenience for some of you, this step will help us to continue to build a community that you are all proud to be a part of. So safety and security. That's where we're at.
I'm glad you brought that up. You pointed that out specifically because I was talking to Mike just hanging out before the show. And I pointed out, I thought it was insane that their reasoning for this is, safety and security. It's like, dude, you guys get hacked like annually. Like information gets stolen from you guys on an annual basis.
It's a tradition at this point.
It really, that's not an added layer of security. That's an added layer of nothing for no reason other than to probably just boost numbers.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that really is. So
I wouldn't be surprised if there's an influx of refund requests on Steam over this.
Probably.
I mean, I don't understand. Like, for me personally, I get it. It sucks. But if you're that adamant against it and especially if you've been playing a while, just take your L and move on. You've got your playtime.
Yeah.
You don't like the way things change. Like, I'd understand if you just started playing it. I think mine is linked, so I have no what you call this game. But
Skin in the game.
yeah, that word. So, but yeah, just it's like some of these people, I get it. You're like, this is disappointing, but you got your time's worth out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Welcome.
get what you're saying, but I think there's a lot of people out there that will probably ask for a refund because they changed the terms of service after launch. They brought in a new requirement that wasn't there previously.
But doesn't that
And
happen?
that's kind of well,
That
when
already
Wasn't
happened.
I
there,
don't know,
but they
I've
said
never
it was. It's
What's
been a
that?
thing. It wasn't there, but it was the
It wasn't
policy.
mandatory.
It wasn't.
It
It wasn't mandated, but they did say it required it. It was like a known thing
Yeah.
because people were complaining about it early on. But before it even
Yeah.
blew up,
Okay.
they were talking about, oh, it's
All
going
right.
to require
Fair
PS
enough.
login. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Now it's
That's why.
mandatory.
That's why I just thought it was weird. Like, it's not, like I said, it's not a big deal to me. I just thought it's weird. Like, okay, you guys had that whole EULA in your thing. Whenever you buy the game, you see it, and it's like now all of a sudden you're trying to enforce it, and you're like, oh, it's because the servers are fixed. It's like, dude, the servers were fixed like a couple weeks after launch. Why not enforce it then? Why wait until now?
Right
Did
in the
it
high,
actually
baby.
it said it was mandatory though? If it said it was mandatory, then you have no argument if they just weren't enforcing it. But
Yeah, that's
if it
well,
said
that's
it
the thing.
was
I think it was
optional,
they just
that's
weren't
different.
enforcing it.
Okay.
They weren't
think.
enforcing.
Yeah, I think these things should be optional. Like, no problem with it being optional, but to force it, I could
So,
see people being
this
pissed
is
off.
directly
Whatever.
from the Sony quote, Mental, to your point. I'm reading the Sony quote here. We allowed the linking requirements for Steam accounts to a PlayStation Network account to be temporarily optional. The grace period will now expire.
I like how they
So-
word that. The grace period. We gracefully allowed you to not do this. It's,
Yeah.
And then when you
it's just
have the
funny
power-
wording to me. Grace period. The
when you have
grace
the
is
power,
over.
Yeah.
We're no longer friendly. Screw
Yeah.
you and log in. I don't know. Whatever.
Ham, you're oddly quiet on this one.
Because it's stupid as fuck, and I don't care.
It's stupid
Bullshit.
on whose end?
All of it. Like the idea of adding this way later is stupid.
Yeah.
But also, people acting like this is gonna entirely change their gaming experience. Shut the fuck up. Like you bought a PlayStation game. Guess what? You gotta say hi to PlayStation. Crazy. Sure, for some people. But it's the same motherfucking game. Do you want to play it or not?
That's it.
Do you want to play the game or not? And I mean, I'm just like I said, I'm just so over people complaining and bitching and moaning about every fucking thing that happens, as if this is like the falling moment, like anything that happens that makes you have to do maybe a tad bit, like, ooh, I gotta do a new update, or oh, I gotta sign a new term. And get rid of the game if you don't want to play it. All of this stuff that people complain and bitch about, usually at the end of the day is looked at as, did you buy it or not? Am I wrong about that? Did you support them or not?
We all did.
If you paid for it, shut the fuck up. If you were interested in buying it and now this is a problem, don't buy it.
Don't buy it.
That simple. That's all.
All right. Ham. Tell us how you really feel. Welcome in Cult Classic Cage. What up, fam? G Maybe. And
Go play
oh
Starship
no, I already
Troopers.
said hi to Louis.
That game's on there.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar.
Actually, I need to play that because I got it because people
It's
were
kind of
saying.
There's other games on there.
It's
There's
so
Steam.
fun.
You know, there's thousands of other games on there. You know,
There's a Starship
Just-
Troopers
it
game.
really rubs you the wrong way.
Yes,
Go play
and it's
something else.
fun as shit.
Does it play like this one? Like Helldivers?
It's first
2?
person. It's first person, but yeah, it's Helldivers but first person.
No, but when I say does it play like Helldivers, I'm talking about one of my PlayStation friends says that Helldivers is unique in that it's PvE, right?
Yeah.
So it's
This is PvE.
it's-
It's PvE.
okay, and you don't have to know life it. So someone like
No, you
me,
don't
I
have
can
to.
spend a week or a month without playing it and go back, and I won't feel like I'm way behind because I don't play this every single day.
No, there's nothing to really keep up with. It's just hopping into a game.
Okay. Let's get some super chats. Drawn TJ, thank you so much. Says lol, don't be drinking the bleach. Lol Kojima. LOL, no look, I'm just kidding, bro. It's all love. Drawn
It's
TJ.
not.
Appreciate you. Silent Cypher with a $2 super chat. Sony
Uh oh.
I cut off.
on my safety and security. I'm assuming Silent Cypher put the space there on purpose between the U and the C.
I feel like he froze the camera on purpose.
Yeah, he censored you, bud.
I froze my camera.
Well,
No.
you froze for a moment.
Yeah.
Keep on
Oh,
moving.
okay. All right.
Right when
yeah.
when you had to say "can suck on my," you froze.
Oh my lord.
You froze on it.
All right. Good times. Good
Loke's
times.
used to holding that position, so
Ham is extra salty today. I'm having fun with it.
you would taste it, buddy.
Wow. Yeah. Anyone else want to add
I know when
anything
people are
else?
salty.
Yeah. I was watching Oh No It's Alex's video, and he was talking about salt and people that are salty. So, yeah.
I don't think he had to
I still-
describe that to anybody.
I still have a bit of salt in my mouth from that video. Anyway, anyone have anything else to add on the whole Helldivers thing?
Nah.
It'd be
Nope,
interesting
player
to follow
don't.
up on it in June and see if the numbers declined. Then we'll know. Personally, I don't
Okay.
think it's a big deal, but
They're not gonna because nobody hears. Nobody actually cares. People just want to
Yeah.
bitch.
yeah, I think you're right. It's fake outrage.
Poison
Every day.
Maniac, to your question is, so what about countries that don't support PSN though?
You're fucked.
As I can attest, it doesn't matter. Even PSN doesn't support the whole of Africa. They just support South Africa, but it doesn't matter. You can, like a fraud, just to get up and put your address as freaking, I don't know, UK, Sweden, China, whichever country, right? And the PSN will just activate. What it won't do is accept your card details. But yeah. Anyways, moving on. Helldivers will be fine. All right, Helldivers will
Will
be fine. Next, sorry.
Okay.
Go
Nothing.
ahead, Cozy.
No, I was just making fun of
You know what would be a nice reason why they're doing it?
Well,
Cross progression.
Yeah, if that actually applies.
That'd be a nice reason to be able to do something like that. Cross progression dash achievements and all that other
Trophy hunting, all that junk.
Can they even
all
do
that
that?
other stuff that's on it. Like
The only reason I think they won't do it, or they would charge for it, is because they charge for cloud saves on PlayStation. So if they try and do that on PC, nobody will pay for it. Like no one's paying for
then everyone is out.
PlayStation Plus.
Everyone is
yeah,
dipping.
yeah. PC players
Well, they'll
don't
just
pay for cloud
complain.
saves.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
No,
Yeah, they could. I don't
no.
think they
PC
could. I
players
don't
don't
think
mess
they could.
around.
No, I don't think they could fix. They could. I don't imagine they'd be capable of getting those two things to merge together and keep. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
on the one
PC
hand, though, if you already got a PlayStation, that's the only reason you'd want it. You're probably playing for PS Plus, but I don't know. I just
Yeah.
given they charge for
If
stuff
they
that
tried, if they
yeah, if they
tried to
tried to
get people to
charge
play
PC
for,
players,
dude, the play count, it would be tragic in like 2 or 3 days. People would be dipping left and right.
yeah, I see. Yeah, Mike actually in the chat, they're gonna start charging for PlayStation Plus on PC.
Good luck with that.
I hope
Yeah,
they
Yeah.
that
do.
won't.
Yeah,
That's
good
It
luck
would be
with
kind
that
of
shit.
funny.
That's
It
gonna
would
go
be.
well.
It'd be.
Anyway.
Yeah, it'd be funny to see the experiment, but man,
Yeah.
that'd be a failure.
Yeah, I don't
That'd be
see it
tragic.
going over very well, but who knows?
Classic K says, call someone gay in game chat, get banned. I can see this going there. The idea is to link accounts, and then if anyone feels aggrieved, then you can get reported, and because your accounts are linked to the PS, you can now affect people's PlayStation accounts as well, not just their Helldivers account on Steam. So good times, everyone. I can't wait. Next, Ham's left for a minute, so let's just go down the comments for a bit. Matt, which comment are you laughing at?
Yo, Donnie, because
What he said.
He said Cozy got that
okay.
Kawhi Leonard laugh.
Got what?
He said she got the Kawhi Leonard laugh. Oh God!
What's that mean?
Oh man. Oh yes, Cozy. Now I can't unhear it. I can't unhear it.
I'm not laughing.
Let's go.
Cozy, you should look up a video. Kawhi Leonard laugh. Just look. It's like 5 seconds.
Okay.
Do it now.
That's amazing.
Trust me, it'll be worth.
How do you spell the first word? Kawhi.
Kawhi.
Oh my goodness.
It's like maybe 5 seconds, and it's brilliant.
Like now I can't unhear it.
Yeah, now it's linked in my head.
Oh man. They may offer PS Plus as an option. Good luck to them. Good luck. Oh, Mishi, welcome in, Mishi Miyagi. Says, okay. F Sony, that's why. Damn. All right.
Damn, all right.
How salty is he? She just heard Kawhi. Cozy just heard Kawhi's laugh, man.
Yo, Donnie Kazada said Cozy got that Kawhi Leonard laugh.
Oh, I can't even be mad.
Oh God. That's a great comment.
Yep. Lots of value.
Pretty funny.
Lots of value. Thank you so much, yo, Danny. Ham, we're moving on to the next topic. Starfield's next update includes 60 frames per second mode for Xbox Series X, detailed surface maps, and more. So update 1.0. I'm calling it 1.0. This is the real Starfield, which is available now in Steam beta ahead of its general release on May 15th, includes detailed surface maps, something fans have requested since the release of the game. These maps show every piece of geometry in an area, including remote locations rather than just large cities. Players can now also see markers for important locations in large cities such as shops, mission locations, and more. An extreme difficulty has also been introduced. Nice. Which will is now, oh my God. Does no one do any editing at VGC? Ham, can you scroll down to this section, please? Please. An extreme difficulty. That's where it starts. Go a little lower. A little lower. A little lower, Ham. Okay. Oh, there we go. An extreme difficulty has also been introduced, which will is now. Huh?
The will
Seriously,
is now.
guys. Which will is now the game's highest difficulty.
It's now.
Players can now customize the interior of their ships, similar to the way that players could already customize their homesteads. This includes changing the position of furniture and other decorative items. The update will also change the game's performance mode on Series X. The performance mode will now target 60 FPS, and for users with VRR display, a 40 FPS option will be available. So this is a quote from Bethesda. You can now choose between 30, 40, 60, or an uncapped frame rate on VRR displays. If you do not have a VRR display running 120 Hertz, you will still be able to select from 30 or 60. Screen tearing may occur at times when selecting 60 or a non-VRR display. You can now prioritize between visuals and performance while trying to maintain the frame rate target. If you're choosing a frame rate target of 60 or above, we recommend changing this to performance. Prioritizing visuals keeps the highest resolution while maintaining full detail for special effects, lighting, and crowds. Prioritizing performance lowers internal resolution and detail for special effects, lighting, and crowds. Both modes may adjust internal resolution dynamically when scenes or action get heavier as well. When switching between modes, you will see the lighting change briefly as the system catches up to the new mode. At the end of the update, video viewable above, it was also confirmed that Bethesda is working on the game's first land vehicle. Bethesda's Todd Howard confirmed this week that Starfield Shattered Space story expansion will be released this fall and is reportedly targeting a September launch date. Matt, you said you really wanted to get into this one, so you can go first, buddy.
Well, it's like I was talking to Ham on my show. I don't know if you saw it, but the amount of people who were just complaining about the fact that, oh well, you guys should have asked for, you guys should demand better. You guys should, if I was you, I'd be mad. I'd be mad about this. And it's just a dumb narrative, because outside of people being dumb, which is usually the case online, outside of people being dumb, this is amazing. This is fantastic. Like, this is unanimously a great thing. And I just kind of think it was pretty stupid. Like, I mean, some people being disingenuous, obviously, just doing trolling and stuff, but like, the amount of people bickering back and forth over this online was just kind of shocking. Kind of dumb and kind of shocking.
Timothy.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the Starfield?
You sure you want to go to me about this yet?
All right.
Mental. This out.
Mental.
I think it's great. It's overdue to some extent. I mean, the day that I saw the upwards of 30% improvement on PC when they released the performance patch on Steam last fall, I thought immediately there's a good possibility we'll see a performance patch on Xbox sooner than later. Just took longer than I thought. So I think it's great. If it breaks the cinematic experience, too bad, so sad. I'll take 60 any day. And I think it's really good that they've got a 40 FPS mode as well. The fact that they're saying it has to work on VRR displays tells you there's going to be frame drops at 60. You can pretty much bet it's not going to be solid, and the fact they're saying that there's going to be tearing if you don't have a VRR display tells you that as well. So, that 40 Hertz mode might be a good way to play it. It's hard to say without seeing it. But
explain to me what VRR is. Mental.
Variable refresh rate. It's where your TV will adjust its refresh rate to match the refresh rate or the frame pacing that your card is delivering to it, the video card. So essentially you've got, for every frame, the TV is going to refresh. Without VRR, you're going to have the TV refreshing at 60 hertz all the time. And if you're not at a 30 hertz, like half that rate, you're going to have situations where you'll see screen tearing, which is where the video doesn't align properly, right? The screen will shift because the TV is not matching that refresh rate. It's trying to refresh faster than it's getting information at.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Little bit, but I need you to bring it down even lower, right? Explain it like I'm 5 years old. I bought a Sony TV, super expensive for this new generation, because I believe these motherfucking boxes, right? My mistake, but we're not gonna get into that. My TV says it does 100 frames per second, 4K. If I turn on Starfield on the TV in my living room and then I choose performance mode, will it be 60 frames per second? That's what I want. That's what I want.
Your TV will probably have a 60 hertz mode. How old is it, your Sony?
I think I got it in 2022, 2021, somewhere around there. Like,
I remember there was an issue
before the generation started. I was very hyped.
Like PS5 didn't have VRR. Like, what did it take, guys? A couple of years for them to finally put out VRR on the PS5? And there was speculation at the time it was because Sony TVs didn't support VRR. I don't know if that's true. I'm not a TV aficionado. I don't get into TVs that much. But
where's Quantum TV when you need him? Where's Quantum?
He's right where he needs to be, bud.
Yeah, it's where he belongs.
I don't think anyone's needed him.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
yeah. I mean, you'll have to check the specs.
Settings. I don't want to
check the specs on your TV. If you have the model number, go look it up. If it has VRR, you're laughing. Make sure you got the latest firmware on it, etc.
Wait, is this a real TV or was that a hypothetical situation?
It's a real TV.
Okay, gotcha.
It's part of the reason why I'm so salty about this, because
you're salty about that.
Because I bought a super expensive TV specifically just for, because I already had a 60-inch HD TV. The only reason I went into to buy another TV is because these guys were marketing and telling, you know what?
They told you that, hey, your console can do up to 4K okay. Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Let's not do this.
Let's not.
Odds are it probably supports VRR.
I'm trying not to laugh right now. All right, Cozy. Starfield update. Thoughts?
That's cool. I play in on the low settings, so I don't have to close all the other stuff open on my computer.
Great.
In other words, you don't care about an Xbox update because you play on PC. Is that what you're saying?
Well, aren't these also the ones going through the store, the Xbox store?
I mean, it'll get an update, but like the big draw of this update,
this is for the series,
is for like the PS5. Yeah,
well, it'll get to PS5 eventually.
I still wouldn't care.
Series X getting 60 FPS.
Because if I ever play,
mental.
I shouldn't have said that.
If I ever play it on the Xbox for the Xbox experience, it'll probably be streamed on my phone anyway.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. I could feel the daggers flying across time and space from Ham when I said that. So I shouldn't have said it'll be coming. But,
I'm not buying any of that bullshit.
It's coming. Yeah. It's going to be announced around the holiday.
Well, that's one of the funny ones, right? Oh, they're only doing this because they're getting it ready for the PS5 Pro.
It's going to be
beta tested.
Let it go, people.
Dude, Starfield's going to be at the 2023 secret PlayStation Showcase.
What do you mean 2023? We're in 2020. Oh.
Yeah, that's I remember that.
Glad you that.
That's the joke. All right. Matt, for anyone that's interested, Matt does a show on Wednesday and Sunday. He's got
I
lots
sure
of
do.
stand-up.
Thank
Make
you.
sure to go to Matt Likes
I do.
Games.
I
Now
do live
it's
stand.
Monday
I
and
do
Wednesday.
live stand up
okay.
comedy.
Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah, Monday
he
nights.
puts Cat Williams to shame. That's what he does.
Live stand. I'm the greatest stand up comedian you've ever seen, and that's a fact.
Cozy, I'm still losing it with. We're asking you about Starfield on Series X, and then you tell us that you're going to play on your phone, and then you give us the
I mean,
princess
that's
smile.
technically through the
And then
that's
you gave us the
technically through-
princess smile after. That was chef's kiss. Love it. Like,
Well,
I
I
don't
mean,
even care.
it's technically going to be through the series console if I play it on my phone.
Mm-hmm. Technically. All right. Before we go to Ham, Sir X-Man has a super chat here. Thank you so much, Sir X-Man. Says Xbox Cloud save between Steam and Xbox day one, and they don't have to sign up for Xbox Live. Sony rip you off again. They're going to make you pay. So, adding on to the theory that eventually the Helldivers guys, or the people that play PlayStation games on PC, probably will start being forced to pay for PS Plus or for PlayStation Cloud saves. Cozy,
Well,
go ahead.
technically, the cloud save. So if you're on Steam,
Steam does free cloud
Steam
saves
does those
for
cloud saves.
every game.
Yeah, the cloud saves. If you log in though to get the Xbox cloud saves, if it's something that is like you can only do that for like things that are like online. Steam games don't cross save without work.
Okay. So for now,
The ones that
it's
do.
the land of the free. For now, it's the land of the free. Ham Solo. Starfield update. Ham, you're muted.
you're muted,
buddy.
I said it's wonderful and it's good all around, and there's literally nothing bad about it. Was there another question that you wanted to ask me, Lo?
Wow.
Ham's loving these topics today.
That's pretty much it.
I'm gonna tell you, for those that are bitching about it, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about at all.
Agreed.
And I had to explain this. I had to explain this to Doc Dark yesterday while he showed up on my gameplay stream of Fallout 4 yesterday, which I streamed that game for a little while yesterday. He was like saying, he is pretty much saying what he's been saying on Twitter, you know. We're getting the full game now. They should have yada yada yada, whatever about we should have got 60 FPS, the vision bullshit, Todd Howard lied, whatever. No. Let me break something down for a lot of people that don't quite understand what's kind of been going down with Starfield and, you know, just games for this generation in general, right? So a lot of people are saying, oh, Starfield should have been 60 FPS from the jump, right? Well, if you've actually been playing Starfield, not just on Xbox, but also on PC, you'll notice that, hey, this game has changed quite a bit when it released. Matt can attest to this because he's helped me out in certain areas of Starfield updating and adding new features to PC. It's hard for people to understand this, but updates have happened from the time that it's launched to all the way now. So that includes PC as well as console. And some of the updates that have happened, which one of the major ones were something that Morals of Avium recently came out and talked about that's going to be coming to console in the near future. And that is FSR 3. Okay? If you don't know what that is, that's an upscaler that helps the game be able to get more frames. So you're able to play at, so you can play with more frames while you're playing 60 FPS, yada, yada, yada. So they recently released FSR 3 to Starfield. And as of like, what was it, like maybe a month ago? Correct me if I'm wrong, Matt. Maybe
Something
like
like that. Month
it was
and
like
a
a
half.
month ago. They
Yeah.
added frame generation to Starfield for PC. So I'll tell you right now, I got a 3800X CPU with a 3080, right? I was getting frame rate wise, I was getting anywhere between 40 FPS all the way up in 40 FPS in the city. So like Jameson, Aquila, and whatnot, like Neon, stuff like that. Like when it was at its worst, it was at 40 FPS. And like chugging between that and 60, right? Outside of the big cities, I was getting anywhere between like 75 to 95, sometimes 110. Okay? With the implementation of FSR 3 and frame generation, the lowest I go when I go to the city is around 75 to 80 FPS. But outside of the city, I get upwards of 150 FPS.
Ooh.
That was released just a month ago. So now we're thinking, oh, that's new to PC. I wonder if they can implement something like that on the Xbox. Well, Immortals of Avium, as I referred to earlier, said, hey, you guys, guess what? We know that we have an extremely tolling game for the consoles, but we're going to be implementing FSR to the game. So you're going to be able to have a higher frame rate on a game like Immortals of Avium, on something like a Series S or a Series X or whatever is compatible with that completely. So with that being said, other games are updating and figuring that out. So here comes Starfield coming out saying, hey, hi guys, we didn't know that we were going to be able to implement something like this. And seeing that it came out recently, now we could put it into Starfield. So you can now get something that I didn't think I was going to be able to provide you. And people are like, why wasn't that there at launch? Because the whole fucking thing wasn't available at launch. That simple. It wasn't available. Now it's going to be available because the game has caught up, or actually the technology has caught up with the game. So now you can implement certain things like that into it without it being a big stress and without telling the developers, hey, change the entire fucking dynamic of the game that you were making. Because they, as most people will say, they choose a frames per second when making the game originally. And then if you want to change something, you can do that afterwards. That's what they did. They've done it with many other games. They've done it with A Plague Tale. They've done it with, hell, Cyberpunk isn't even the same fucking game anymore. Cyberpunk is completely a different game than it was before. And now you got path tracing, you got all these other different sliders that you can work with to be able to, like up the resolution or up the FPS in the game and whatever. These motherfuckers out here just want to bitch. They see a Bethesda game, they see a game that they probably didn't put that much time into because it's not Fallout. It's not Elder Scrolls. And they bitch. They moan. And then on top of it, it's not available on their on their, as Luke would say, dearly beloved PlayStation. So I don't have the time to explain that bullshit to every motherfucker that comes into my goddamn comments saying, oh, you should have asked for better. You should have prayed for better. You should demand better. What the fuck does that even mean? Are we supposed to get out in front of Redmond, hold hands, and scream at the Microsoft store? Are we supposed to go shank a dev? Or like what the fuck am I supposed to do? How do I ask for better to a multi-trillion-dollar company that's gonna do what the fuck they want to do? How do I do that? And then on top of it, how the hell do I tell them to agree to my stance among the many that they're trying to provide something to? Get on my level and do what I want to do. Even though you're trying to cater to a wide array of audience of people, I'm expecting this multi-trillion-dollar company to do what the fuck I want them to do. If it's not 60 FPS, don't put it out. They'll be like, suck a dick. We're putting it out. So and here Mike Johnson's like, they should have delayed it. Why? So then they don't get any money? They have a release date for a reason, because it needs to release by this time so they can make money back to continue to put into the game. People have to get paid. Just because Microsoft is as rich or has as much money as they are, or they do, does not mean that they can just sit around and just wait until everything is absolutely perfect, especially when the rest of the industry is not doing that either. They're giving the okay the same way EA is given the okay, the same way Take-Two is given the okay, the same thing, the same way as any of these other games are given the okay. Oh, Helldivers just had an update to bring Sony to have you do updates on whatnot. Was that game not finished? Was it not finished because you didn't get to sign all the terms and conditions? Like, it's just like, what are we gonna bitch about this week, tomorrow, in the next hour? They literally came here, gave us a ton of good news, and people wipe their ass with it. No, fuck you. Kiss my ass. They just gave me they just gave me a performance update. They gave me a new map that I'm probably not even going to use because I fast travel a totally different way. They're talking about adding a vehicle within the game. They have different difficulty sliders and an extreme mode for the game now. They gave us additional features, things that, most people are happy about. If you think that they went and steered and went into a different direction, they lied to you, then play the vanilla game the way it was. Play 30 FPS and shut the fuck up.
Ooh.
Or again, as I said in the last topic, you don't really give a shit. You just want to bitch. Because more than likely you bought the game or you paid for Game Pass or whatever. And if this is new for you and you haven't played the game, as I said before, don't buy it. That solves your whole fucking issue. I didn't support it. Tough tits. I'm done.
Dang.
Let's gotta gather.
Get the super chats. Let's get the super chats real quick. I need to gather the pieces of me that are on the floor. Yo, Danny, thank you so much for the super chat. I am part of the LGTV. I like the way you put the rainbow there. Community. I see what you're putting down there. OLED Master Race. Hey man, as long as you're playing, it doesn't matter what screen. I'm not. I don't co-sign console warring. I'm not gonna co-sign TV warring. What the hell? I have real problems in my life. Pixel Bit, thank you so much for the super chat. Says translation to Starfield haters. FSR 3.1 came out in March 24. So if you're claiming they needed to delay it, please shut up. Thanks. Welcome in, Taye. Appreciate you. Stanley Francois, welcome in. Gogo Poe, welcome, welcome, welcome. And here we go. We're now going with TV warring. Let's go. Let's go.
Samsung
Anyways,
is trash.
Stanley Francois says Ham 316 says you just told your candy ass, and that's the bottom line, because Ham said so. Yeah, you didn't have to add the Stone Cold, Francois. We all know the reference. We all know the reference. Anyone have anything to say to Hamothy or to this specific subject? God
I'll
damn.
just say, like,
Pixel, I live in a third world country. This is
Jesus.
very insensitive. This is very insensitive. I feel offended. I want you to get canceled. Like DEI needs to come get your ass, right? Anyways, Matt, you were saying something. Was it you, Matt, or Mental? Sorry.
It was me.
I didn't say nothing.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead, Mental. Go ahead. I'm joking.
The biggest
Pixel. I'm
improvement they
joking.
made, the biggest improvement they made, at least on PC, was just fixing the CPU threading. It was only running on 4 threads. They made it use 16, so the performance went way up. So that's a big part of this update. I guarantee it. That, and if they implement frame generation, great. Then it should hold a steady 60. Their comments about expect screen tearing are unnecessary, because with frame gen, it should be fine. That's all.
Is that all?
Cozy, you want to add anything?
No. You know I'm not gonna play with any of these fancy things.
Fancy things as she streams a AAA game on her phone. Sure, Cozy. Matt, anything else you want to add on this specific subject?
All good.
Ham.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight you, bro.
Baby, what's up?
All right.
I disagree with you on so many points, but I ain't trying to fight you. And Ham doesn't seem you don't seem to be in the mood to have a conversation today, Ham. So, well, I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you, even if it's just like another day, just me and you. It's cool. I'm just saying, Vic. I have one downstairs, very good, but I would also love LG. Okay. So now it's a TV war. That's what's happening in the comments. It's TV war, not console war. John TJ, thank you so much for the super chat. Says LG OLED is way better than Samsung. Better game features. Okay. Sure. So Starfield is off the table. We can move on to the next one. And this specific topic, Metal, you brought it up, so I think you should lead on this one because you wanted to talk about the Fallout next gen thing.
Yeah, I mean, I just happened to see the video. Like, Digital Foundry dropped a video a few hours before the show, and I watched it. And it's just a case of the next gen patch coming out for both consoles, of course, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series consoles. And it's another situation where the Series consoles have issues, and the PlayStation version has more features or more options, and everything works. So it's just kind of... I find it...
Sorry, go ahead, man.
No, I mean, as an Xbox fan, in terms of consoles, I just find it kind of ridiculous at this point. That there just seems to be all these situations where they're updating or dropping games on PlayStation and they work better, or they have slightly better graphics options or whatever. It's just, I mean, part of this is, Digital Foundry gets into counting pixels on shadows, but in this case, it's literal features that don't work. Like, you can't use the quality mode in Fallout 4 on the Series X. It doesn't do anything. You turn off performance mode and it doesn't switch to quality mode, according to their testing. I haven't tried it myself, but that just seems weird.
Maybe
why
before
they
we
keep
even
having
get
these
into the
issues.
video, I'd like to hear from everyone else what their feelings are on the credibility of Digital Foundry. Matt?
The credibility of Digital Foundry?
Yeah, in your opinion.
I mean, in terms of just technical analysis, I believe them. I don't really see why they have a reason to lie, especially also when you consider the fact that there's also other channels who do what they do, and if they are lying, you will find somebody who's telling the truth. I don't see a reason they would have to lie about something being as good, better, worse, or whatever the case may be on any different platform.
So Pixel brings up an interesting point here. It says that Digital Foundry is also full of shit because for Sony games, they wait for Sony to drop a patch before comparing it. I'm not aware of this because I don't watch or keep up with Digital Foundry. So, Ham, what are your personal thoughts on the credibility of Digital Foundry? Yodani says they're great.
They don't bother me. It's just another place to find information if you want it. And I mean, nobody's always right 100% of the time. So if you want to say, "Oh man, I'm putting all my eggs into their basket every single time," well then,
You're
good
gonna
luck
be
with
disappointed. Yeah, you'll be disappointed half the time because
right.
that's just reality. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah, it's just, and then on top of it, updates happen, things change. Some things don't change, but I mean, at the end of the day, it just comes down to, do you find them credible? Do you want to watch them? Do you like watching them? That's really the bottom line. I mean, if I'm not going to speak to their credibility very much because they do stuff that I don't completely understand or completely get. So I'm not going to sit here and call them out and just not know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not like a lot of these dumb motherfuckers on Twitter and shit like that. That will just blanketly say something and just completely just go to war with it without having any sort of ammunition. So fuck all that. Was there another question?
No, that's pretty much it before we get into the video.
Yeah, so other than that, the only other thing...
I'm not going to ask you about the credibility because you're the one who sent the link. But clearly...
Well, I mean, to be perfectly honest, I don't agree with half the stuff they say, typically speaking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I'm not a DF fan or anything like that. This one just caught my eye because it was a next-gen release for free for everybody. So I thought, oh, this will be interesting to see what they found. And, like what's happened, if you look at the 4 games that Xbox put on PlayStation, 3 of them had more features than they do on Xbox. And one of them performed significantly better on Xbox, being Grounded. That game's just kind of screwed up on PlayStation. Don't know what they did there. So if you think there's some kind of conspiracy that they're, Xbox is doing this on purpose to screw over the FTC, I don't think that's the case. I think it's just weird stuff going on in respect to it. But it is strange that there's a 40 hertz mode that's available on PlayStation that's not available on Xbox. But anyway, I'll shut up.
Cozy, thoughts on the credibility of Digital Foundry? You are muted.
I've never seen.
Okay,
What?
there we
Am
go.
I muted?
No, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh,
We can hear
I've
you.
never seen a single Digital Foundry video, so I can't.
Hey,
There you go.
me and you are friends because I haven't seen one.
I've never read an article or anything. I don't know if they write articles because I don't know. I literally don't know.
Everything I know about Digital Foundry is just snippets. People
Yes. Other
saying
people
this
saying
or
stuff.
saying that. Yeah, yeah. But going to their channel and watching a 10-minute clip is like, no, why am I going to do this? Anyways, oh, Vic, same thing. All right. Hamothy. So Mental, please pipe up when you want to say something so Ham can pause the video. All right.
Sure. I mean, I don't. You guys want to watch the whole thing? That's like 15 minutes, but
15 minutes. That's a lot of life.
Yeah. I think there's bookmarks.
Well, which part do you want to highlight then?
Jeez, I don't know. I didn't pay that close attention to it. What are you asking me
you
for?
weren't specific. So. You brought up the subject, bro.
If you scan through the bookmarks, Ham, you'll probably find where they're talking about performance or features or whatever. And I know the part about the 40 hertz mode is near the end, but there's a spot where you'll find them talk.
One sticks out, regardless of what mode you use or which console, PS5, Series X, or S. This shadow cascade always runs at equivalent to PC's medium setting. It's the same as last gen machines. For context,
Why does the PS5 one look so jittery right there? Did anybody else notice that?
Hold on. Play that again.
Like, look at the dog.
The shadow cascade, for one, sticks out regardless of what mode you use or which console, PS5, Series X, or S. This shadow cascade always runs at equivalent to PC's medium setting. It's the same as last gen machines. For context.
So, yeah. Why does that look so jittery like that? I thought we just got done saying that the PlayStation 5 version was better.
Yeah, I think performance-wise, they say it's about equivalent in performance mode. They play basically the same. They both have dips.
In that little clip.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just look at this clip right here, it's pretty telling.
It's the same as
well, this is perf mode disabled, right? So what you're seeing on the Xbox side is 60 FPS because you can't disable the performance mode on Xbox.
All object fade settings are pushed to the upper
I would
limits.
explain it.
We have HBAO plus.
Okay.
At least.
That makes sense.
And the light shaft effect is on par as well. Still, it's clear we're not getting the complete package on console, with shadow draw being the most obvious issue here. Likewise, shadow quality, up close, falls below the Ultra preset on PC, while geometry LODs across the world still do not match PC at its best. The situation on PlayStation 5 is more positive. For a start, it's an especially big breakthrough compared to the last-gen PS4 Pro code that we had been using on PS5 to this point via backcompat. In comparison, on the left side, we have the PS4 Pro app running at 1440p resolution and 30 FPS. To now officially have 4K resolution at 60 FPS on the next-gen version is great news. However, again, the core world settings in tree and object LODs are not radically improved over what we had before the update. Take the 30 FPS mode on PS5, for example, with performance mode disabled. This should give us the best settings, the promised Ultra presets, but comparing it to the older PS4 Pro version running on a PS5, we're getting the exact same shadow quality and textures. Even the shadow draw distance remains the same, with a matching cascade to shadows just ahead of the player. Much like the last Gen 1X code, the PS4 Pro version had decent settings for its time, so outside of the bump to 4K, we're not always getting such a radical improvement on PS5. Even draw distance settings for trees and objects, the ones that should be pushed to Ultra on PS5, are still quite close to the PS4 Pro version. Talking on its frame rate, PS5's performance on its 60 FPS mode is mostly stable. Just like Series X though, it is prone to sudden lurches in places you'd least expect. The top of the Core Vega factory again sees us go down into the 50s while looking directly down, And once again, there is hitching while charging full pelt across complex environments. By comparison, the 30 FPS quality mode tends to avoid most of these drops by lowering the overall performance ceiling, but it's quite a hit to take. Also, interestingly, PS5 offers a couple of extra ways to play on top of these two modes. Bethesda changes Fallout 4 settings depending on the video output of the console itself. So, for example, with 120Hz set as the output on PS5 and with performance mode disabled in game, it looks like this. You get 4K resolution, the higher ultra settings for foliage and object draw, but it's all running at 40 FPS instead, rather than 30. It's a 40 FPS variation of the same mode, and really a great option to have if your TV allows for 4K 120Hz. It runs impeccably this way too, with no drops as we see on the 60 FPS modes. The core visual settings are also unchanged from the regular 30 FPS mode, so don't expect any boost to say the shadow draw or shadow quality here. Next along, outputting the console at 1440p changes the game logic again. With 1440p set in the PS5 system menu, the game always runs at 60 FPS with the higher tree and object LODs. Essentially, the performance mode toggle in-game becomes irrelevant this way. Alas, there are drops under 60 FPS at points, in line with the typical 4K 60 FPS performance mode, when overlooking the Corvega factory, and that takes us down to the low 50s on the graph. We also have the expected hitching and streaming issues while running across the world, but this is also true of the 60 FPS modes on PS5 and Series X. All round, this gives us 4 modes in total on Sony's machine right now, but again, Xbox seems to have a bug, and nothing changes when set to 120Hz or 1440p. The turnout
I mean,
to
that's
this
the
next
gist of
gen
it, I
patch
think.
on PS5, Series X, and S is undoubtedly disappointing then. There are a few wins here at least. The ability to officially
Disappointing.
run at a dynamic
disappointed having to
1440p
listen
at
to
60
Digital
FPS on
Foundry.
Series S is an advantage. And likewise, being able to run at 60 frames per second on PS5 after being held at 30 FPS on the older PS4 app for so long is a real breakthrough. But there's so much that's been left on the table here for a definitive console experience. The fact that the core settings, the world detail, and shadows are still not on par with PC's
Pause the
best,
video, bro.
even running on PS5.
So Mental, who requested for us to watch this, says that he thinks that's the gist of it, right? Right, Mental?
Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
All right. Sapo, thank you so much for that one. That's some funny shit. Matt, any thoughts on what we just watched?
I mean, I think it's weird. It's not a good look to have your quality mode not be working on the console, like on your first party console, considering technically now it's a first party game. It's a first party patch. It's a weird look. I don't know. I just think it's weird. I think it's weird that that's happening, especially for something like Fallout. For something as big as Fallout, I would think, like, I know we mentioned like Sea of Thieves and Hi-Fi Rush and all the other things, but it's like I think even more so than Sea of Thieves, even more so than Hi-Fi Rush, even more so than whatever else, Fallout would be the one you want to get. I mean, you want to get all of them right, but Fallout would probably be the one you want to get most right out of all those, considering the general hype surrounding Fallout right now. But I mean, I don't know. I'm playing it. I'm having fun. So as much as I think it's weird, I can't say it's really bothering me at the moment. So I don't know.
Well, I think most people are going to want to play the performance mode anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that would probably turn that off.
Yeah.
That's the reality. So in the big scheme of things, it's probably not a big deal, ultimately. I just think it's a bad look when it's your first party studio releasing something that's broken on your hardware. That's all. I mean, it's happening too much in my mind. Like once is too much, but 4 out of 5 is even worse. I don't know. That's my opinion. I think it's just not a good look.
No.
I think I saw it on the comment. I think Sapo said it earlier. Said something about they removed the fun of video games or of playing video games, and they stopped. Oh, okay. Here we go. Sapo said, "I stopped watching Digital Foundry videos. They ruin games for me. Like I don't watch Digital Foundry, right? I don't. From the 5 minutes we just watched, if I'm having an honest conversation with myself, am I more or less interested in Fallout? I am genuinely less interested in Fallout from having watched this. This has been a net negative to my interest in the Fallout series and in playing Fallout games or Fallout 4 specifically. This hasn't changed my mind about, oh, maybe I'm missing out by not watching Digital Foundry. This just is just reiterating my core beliefs. Hamathy, thoughts?
I was actually curious. A question for Ham. Have you tried to turn off performance mode to see what happens? Like maybe this is a Digital Foundry issue and not a widespread issue. That's what I'm wondering.
I tried that, and because what I read was like, oh, if you're on a VR display, it's 100 or not 100, but it's 40 FPS. And I mean, I tried turning off, like I'm on a VR display and everything. I tried turning off performance mode. I didn't notice much of a difference. So I'm like, okay, this seems like it's kind of the same.
So maybe it is broken. Because you should feel a difference between 60 and 40. And 60 and 30 for sure, right? I mean, that's night and day. Mm-hmm. What about you, Ham? Oh, mute, buddy.
Yeah, I thought I felt a little bit of a difference. But, I mean, it's better than it was before.
There you go.
All I can really tell you. Like, I'm not a pixel counting, FPS lurking super hard. Gotta have it on the corner of my TV to let myself know every 5 seconds. And see, that's like that's one of my problems with like playing on PC is like I end up looking at the FPS fucking more than I end up looking at what's happening on the screen and stuff like that.
PC
and
curse.
Worried about the wrong fucking thing while I'm playing the game. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I played Fallout 4 before the update, and I'm playing it now after the update. My only thing is, like, I don't care about all this extra BS that's going on. Did the update improve the experience? It did for me. Fuck everybody else. Don't care. Don't care what you guys have. It's a better experience for me than it was yesterday. I'm happy. And what's missing in particular? What a quality mode or something like that, or I don't know. What I've noticed is I'm having a good ass time. I don't work on games. I don't work for any of these Digital Foundry or WCC Tech or whatever the fuck. I don't work for any of those guys. I'm here to tell you if a game is fun to play or not on TSWS Gaming. It's a good time. You should try it. That's all I gotta say.
Also, Tales of Kanzera's
gaming should be fun.
It's a very good game. Pixelbit says they will search hours to find that one moment and then talk about it for 8 minutes. If it's reversed, they glance over it and then remind you PlayStation is great. LOL. Bin stop watching. I hear it on X. Go ahead, Matt.
I'll also say probably the biggest difference is on Xbox, considering the fact, like right now I'm playing Fallout 4 on my Series S. Literally before this update, you could not do that. it would hard freeze. If you went anywhere near downtown, it would hard freeze. Whether you were playing with FPS boost or you were playing at 30 FPS, it would just
serious?
hard freeze.
The Series S.
The Series, it was, I don't know why, I don't know what was going on, but it was somehow worse than it was on the Xbox One. It was,
that's what I was going to say.
For whatever reason, it was busted. I don't know.
What?
I don't know I don't know what was going on, but whatever they did in this update, it fixed it, and I have not had a single issue with it on Series S. So whatever they did, they fixed it. I'm happy.
Yep. How about that? Look at the positive. I have a feeling that I feel like people don't want to look at the positives, and when they hear update or something like that, or something's brought to their attention that's good, everyone looks for a bad thing and lives on it. They're like, I found this one bad thing, and this ruined my entire experience for the game. And you know what? You guys should sign this petition too, to tell everybody that, we all are having a bad fucking time. And we're not really gamers. We're just fucking people that are peeping in windows. We're not playing anything. We're just watching other people playing it, seeing what they point out, and we stand on it. And that's all that we're here to do. We're not here to play games. We're not here to beat anything. We're not here to talk about the experience as a whole. We're here to bitch and moan.
God,
that's all I see from motherfuckers, and I'm so fucking sick of it. All these people claim to be these gamers. They don't ever post any gameplay, but they have all these opinions on how you should fucking
post gameplay.
Fuck off. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't got time for that bullshit.
I don't post gameplay, man. I don't post gameplay. Am I one of these frauds?
You know what? Look, at this rate, you're getting there, bud.
If you gotta ask,
no, look, but that's not true. You do post gameplay. You just did a Zal review.
He did, yeah.
No, I was talking about like on Twitter.
Fuck Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter doesn't really matter though.
Fuck Twitter. Do you play games and do you have a place that says, hey, I played this last? Or when you go to your Twitter or YouTube channel, are you just complaining about other people playing video games? Which one is it?
Grifting.
Because 90% of these podcasters in this motherfucking community will tell everybody else how to play their game. You have all these podcasts bitching and moaning about how other people decide to play their games, how other people decide to do their things, how other people enjoy their consoles and whatnot, but they ain't show you a motherfucking lick of them playing a game, and I don't know how goddamn long.
So true. So true. Yeah.
So what the fuck do they, what hill did they earn opportunity to stand on? They ain't showing you shit. They ain't playing shit. They ain't doing shit. All they are running their mouths about what other people are doing. And somehow that's their life. Fuck living vicariously through somebody else. Get your ass on the field and play the game.
Too big. Gifted 10 TSWS.
That's funny that Inferno Game said Ham Lamar spitting, because Lamar's literally my first name.
Okay. We're now okay. Too big. Thank you for the TSWS memberships. Anyone that's not a member yet, please feel free to enjoy the generosity.
Damn, look, pull yourself together, buddy.
Dude, I'm trying not to be like, how can I put this in American colloquial? I'm trying not to be dick riding
all motherfucking time.
How can I put this in English? I'm not trying to be a dick rider. Like I always try to be contrarian and give different opinions and whatever, but I really really agree with Ham, and I'm uncomfortable because I can't come up with a yeah, and my mind's like reach, grasp, try to find, is he wrong? He must be wrong. There's no way. and everything he's saying, and I'm just like, yes, fucking yes. And I know for some people it'll seem like, this is an echo chamber, fuck this channel or whatever. But I'm like, dude, like besides the Starfield stuff, me and you, Ham, we're gonna have to have it out on another day that you're not heated. But this topic specifically about the whole gameplay and platforms and other podcasts and whatever, 1,000,000%, dude. I really, really agree with you, and I'm uncomfortable because I don't know how to deal with this.
That's why.
Too big. I'm so used to fighting
predicament.
you, Ham. I'm so used to fighting you that when I agree with you, I'm like, fuck.
The worst
what?
possible outcome happened. Loke has to agree
Now
with Ham.
what? Too big. Thank you so much for the super
Oh,
chat.
that's it. Show's
Says,
over, I guess.
Preach. Pastor Ham Solo is back in the house. Gogo
Pastor
Paul with
Ham
another
Solo.
super chat. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work. Ponies suck. No, they don't. Ponies do not suck. Stop it. Stop it. Also appreciate the super chat, Gogo Paul. Drawn TJ, thank you so much. Says, I agree with Ham Solo TTS. What does TTS mean? I feel like you guys have told me this before. Yes. Yeah, Ham. Talk it. All of it. Cozy, any thoughts on this whole Fallout thing and Digital Foundry? Or even on Ham's rant specifically? Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with Ham. Nothing much. I haven't even finished it.
I feel like Cozy is like our perfect example of shut the fuck up in game, because like she's willing to play cloud gaming on her phone and be perfectly satisfied. Not saying that, hey, we should be all perfectly satisfied with something that has maybe a little bit of jank in it, but at the end of the day, the whole point of us playing video games is because we're trying to have a good time, trying to enjoy things, not trying to play Inspector fucking Gadget and figure out what's wrong with the game so I can go on, run to Twitter and tell a bunch of fucking people, so then it goes nowhere. Like if you have any kind of like critical advice to development or anything like that, I can tell you that you're not trying to garner followers from it by yelling it on Twitter and saying it in the most derogatory fashion. You're not out here looking for people or looking out for us. Like I hate I hate the disingenuousness that people come to my page on Twitter or YouTube comment sections or anything where people are like, you should ask or do, or you should tell Microsoft to do. No, you don't give a fuck. Even if Microsoft did everything perfect, you would still say something dumb as fuck. We just got a ton of games, and now you're saying that. Why are you mad that these games are coming to PlayStation? Why don't you just go to PlayStation and ask them to do better and give you some games? I didn't hear anybody say, oh, Naughty Dog, do better. I didn't hear anybody say that when the fucking Naughty Dog game got shut down. Where the fuck are those people that are telling people Microsoft fans need to ask them to do better? Why don't you fucking go ask them? Why don't you go ask your people in your own fucking backyard to go do better? Why are you worried about my yard, motherfucker? Go mow yours. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. I'm sorry. I keep going on tangents. My bad.
Ham woke up and chose violence today.
Yeah.
He's on fire.
If you guys want to see more of this,
on
make
fire.
Yes. On some Alicia Keys. Let's go. Make sure to like and subscribe. He's not on fire like this every week, but when he is, it's lots of fun. Mostly it's Cozy and Matt losing their minds, and then we have to try and rein them in. But this is a good one. This is a good episode today. I don't even know what we're supposed to be talking about now. So yeah, as far cozy keys, lol. Cozy. All right. To close it out, I just want to reiterate Ham's point. We do this for fun. Dude, this whole thing started because people want to have fun. If you're not having fun, what are you doing this for? Right? You're not having fun, leave. And also, Ham, Richie has a comment here for you. I'm curious if you have a response or if we can move on to the next topic. You're muted.
You're on
You're
mute,
muted.
bud.
You're muted, Ham. We can't hear you.
Yeah, no.
There we
I was just reading it aloud, and I just thought that was nuts to be said. That makes 0 sense. That makes 0 sense. How would it even come out at 360p at 30 FPS? That doesn't make any sense. Why would anybody be happy about that?
Well, I have another feeling on that.
That same energy, I might as well. I mean, you, with that idea, then you must have thought I was stoked about Redfall too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you were rougher on Redfall than I was, Ham.
I was all over Redfall with all sorts of displeasure.
Yeah, because I was just like, oh, it's kind of bad. Then you were like, this is the worst thing since cancer.
Because it was unplayable. Redfall was unplayable. Redfall, the frames were all fucked up. The settings were all fucked up. The difficulty sliders were all fucked up. It only ran good or decent, I should say, on the Series S. Like, that shit was all sorts of fucked up, and I gave it the smoke that it deserved. But if you think I'm gonna give the smoke to Fallout, an old ass game that I'm enjoying at a higher frame rate than I was before, or if you think I'm going to give the smoke to Starfield that updated and gave me something better than I had yesterday, then you're out of your fucking mind. Those are not things to bitch about.
Fallout 4 did have the FPS boost thing, though, that worked for it, right?
It did, but at a lower resolution still.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, the 60 FPS thing was there, which I think is fantastic.
It did.
Yeah,
that's a fantastic, and it was great.
Feature.
It was great until now. Now I have something even better. And am I going to sit back and complain that I have a mode that I'm not even going to fucking use? No. The fuck am I going to do crying about somebody else's pizza? I don't give a shit. I'm not eating it. You know what I'm saying? I'm worried about what I'm consuming. And I'm happy with what I'm consuming. And if that pisses you off, stay mad. Because I don't give a fuck.
What if the reverse was true?
Not today,
what if
you don't have not today.
What if the performance mode didn't work?
If the performance mode didn't work, then I'd be like, what the fuck did y'all update?
Okay.
Because then it's like, I could have used the last version of it. I could use the FPS boost version of it and been fine, but y'all took away the FPS boost and gave me only 30 FPS. Then that's a reason to be mad because you just downgraded the game for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. No,
but cool. In this aspect, y'all updated the game for me. It looks better. It plays more smooth. The fuck
it's like I said before.
About?
Yeah, it's like I said before. I mean, who in the right mind is going to use or turn performance mode off? I don't think anybody. I don't know anybody who would sooner play it at 30 FPS. So it's in the big scheme of things, not a big deal. But I do think it's effed up that they put the game out broken on Xbox and it works better on PlayStation. I just think that's dumb. If they were both broken, oh, okay. But why does it work on PlayStation, not on Xbox?
That's a valid reason to be angry. But I tell you what, I'm not playing it over on PlayStation. I'm playing it over on Xbox. I'm getting what I want out of it.
Yeah, no, I
I'm not
get your
going to
point.
I'm not going to be concerned about something that I'm not using.
Yeah, I just think it's a bad look for the company. Who cares in the
Sure.
game?
Sure.
That's all.
Ham, there's a super chat here for you from Vic. The motherfucking click says, "Damn, Ham, you didn't get your bacon this morning."
Nah, man. Steak, egg, and cheese bagel from McDonald's. That's what I had this morning.
Stanley Francois,
It was
no,
good.
we are going to squeeze this one right until the last drop. That's what we're
Wow.
going to do. All right.
You squeeze it.
I think we're done with Fallout 4. Anyone else have anything to add, or can we move on?
We can move on.
All right then.
I'm good.
Batman Arkham Shadow announced for VR ahead of late 2024 release. So the next game in the Batman Arkham franchise has been announced for VR. That's pretty much it. That's all we know so far. Cozy,
Cool.
Yeah.
I want you to go first on this one. Tell us how excited you are for this one.
It's going to be the best Batman game that's VR.
What? I think this is the first one.
It's going to be the best
So that is by
Batman
default,
game that's
it'll-
VR.
Exactly. If it's the first and only one, it makes it the best one. I get
Wow.
where you're going with that.
Your Donnie had a pocket
Good
for
times.
Oh,
that.
Yeah, good times. Good times. Matt's left for a bit. Hamothy, thoughts on Batman Arkham VR?
First, I'm gonna read what Yodani said right here because he says Ham has passion ever since he saw those tornadoes. He got his life in perspective. I
Feels
ain't got
like,
no
yo, I need to get it
motherfucking
all
time
out.
to waste anymore.
I
I
need
ain't
to
got
get
no
it all
goddamn
out.
time to waste anymore. My life can be gone like that, son. So,
Oh, man.
like, so I'm done. I'm done bullshitting. I'm done walking a fine line between these two to these two upstanding platforms. No, fuck that. No, I am done with that bullshit. I'm on to a new arc, and that's just keeping it however I feel at the goddamn moment. If you don't like it, then get the step. But as for Batman Arkham Shadow being announced for VR, sounds great. Probably not gonna play it.
Probably not. It's
It's just VR. VR is one of those things that I'm happy to be a late adopter to. I'm happy
Not just
to
you,
because
buddy.
I'm just like to me it's just not too comfortable yet to like get into regularly. Cozy said something a while back about VR that I thought was pretty cool. I don't remember what she said in particular, but it was something along the line of like until it's like a everyday or every kind of consumer use case kind of thing, then it's not really. I mean, its nicheness kind of makes it not that interesting. And I even have a VR headset, and I used it, maybe 30 times in the 3 years that I've had it, right?
Damn.
And that's not that much. That's not that
10
much at
times
all.
a year.
Right. So with that being said, it's just like I need these things to be comfortable to use. I don't want to play something for no 15, 20 minute, 45-minute session, right? And then have to take it off and regain my thoughts and my brain is scrambled and I need to put it back together. Yeah, no, I don't want to do all that bullshit, right? I want to be able to play something for a long, extended a period of time and not feel nauseous from fucking doing it. So I'm kind of out on VR for a little while until they can make it comfortable to the point where I almost feel like I'm not even wearing it. Right now, it just feels kind of heavy. I was playing I was playing Hellblade, right? The original Hellblade, because they have a VR version of that, and like it was dope. But after about 40 minutes of it, I started to feel a little lightheaded, and taking it off, I was feeling all hot and annoyed, hot and bothered, I guess you could say.
And we're not judge. We don't judge here.
And I haven't been back to that game since. Although it was dope, it just felt like a lot of work to do all the stuff to get it together, to just take it off 30 to 45 minutes after I did all the work to get that shit going. And what gotta make sure it's charged, gotta make sure the controllers have good enough battery power, gotta plug it into the PC, just all the BS that's behind it, to me isn't worth the 45 minutes that you get to play it and feel really good before you start to feel nauseous and whatnot. Compared to me sitting in my recliner, reclining back, turning on my Xbox controller and just looking at the TV. Like it's just way easier that way. I don't have to deal with any cords.
He's not enjoying this, right?
No. I'm thinking about how nauseous it makes you, and like just the inconveniences of it. That was that feeling.
Okay.
The closest, the closest thing to convenience that thing has for me personally, VR, is watching things, not really playing things right now. Like I enjoy watching things in VR more than I do playing stuff in VR. The playing stuff is cool, and I could definitely see how it could be a very beneficial thing if you're looking to get into working out and stuff like that. Shout out to Boom. I know he's been using it a lot for like boxing workouts and stuff like that. I could see it being very good for that kind of stuff, or games like what's the game that you're like cutting the boxes and whatnot? Beat the Beat game, Beat Saber, or is it Beat Saber?
Beating the box.
Yeah. It's Beat Saber.
I think it's Beat Saber.
It's black, and then there's like different directions, and you have to choose.
Yeah. I think those games for VR make a lot of sense, but like as of right now, getting into the whole world of a Skyrim in that, or getting into like Hellblade or some of just the newer games and stuff like that, I don't know if I have the patience to take it off after 45 minutes and then, I'm gonna play it a little bit later tonight.
All right.
Yeah, all of the above is why I just never got into VR.
Yeah. Copy paste. We need to squeeze ham out rage while it lasts. Thank you. I agree. We need to get it all out today. All right. No pause. Anyways, Matt's not here. So we're just gonna move on. Next we have Sony is pulling Horizon Zero Dawn from the PlayStation Plus catalog. Cozy, do you care?
Thank God, saving people.
This is a net positive. Where's the bad news? What's going on here? Ham, thoughts on Sony pulling Horizon?
I think it's kind of weird that they're pulling an old game like this off of the store, especially seeing that there's a sequel out. You'd think that you'd want a lot of people playing it, but then again, who's to say that they're not giving you a PS5 version of Horizon Zero Dawn? Right? They're giving you an updated version of it, and they're going to resell that bitch right back to you again.
$10. Yeah.
Ham. Why do you have to make so much sense today? Jeez.
My bad. Who's to say they won't do that, though? I mean, they're already making bank on people being willing to play the same game over and over, which to me is kind of insane. But hey, as Cozy said before, if you're dumb enough to buy it, I'll sell it to you.
Yeah.
That's what your pockets are screaming for. I'll give it to you, I guess.
Might as well. Mento, what are your thoughts on this? And do you agree with Ham's idea that this is probably because they want to resell it?
That probably is what it is, to be honest. Like, I think that he's probably spot on, but I think it's just ridiculous that they pull their own games from their service once they're in there.
Old games, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. But
Pause on the ham squeezing.
Especially like you look at what they said about Spider-Man. It's part of a normal content refresh. Like, what? I don't know. It's your own property. It's like you own it. Leave it in there and give some value to your customers.
Nah, they're not Xbox, man. They're not Xbox.
Yeah.
Xbox is the one that made the commitment to be like, it's if it's first party, then it's always going to be available on the subscription. Sony is
That's how it
different
should be.
like that. Yeah, but we agree that this is not a bad thing.
I already own the game, so
good for you, bud. Good for you. Next, we have THQ Nordic's 4th annual digital showcase coming in August. So it's not just Xbox. Viewable on YouTube, Twitch, Steam. The event will air on Friday, August 2nd, 2024 at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. British, 9 p.m. I don't know what CEST means. Oh, Standard Time. Okay. THQ Nordic will serve news for Gothic 1 Remake, Titan Quest 2, and much more, but we'll keep the grim secrets to ourselves for now, the publisher said. Anyone? Okay, what are the hype levels for the THQ showcase? Let's start with Mental. Hype levels. That's it? All right.
More or less, yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, more or less.
All right.
I mean, I don't know that I'm super hyped. It's not like I'm upset that they're doing a show. It'd be interesting.
Upset.
You know.
Damn
it! Why are they
more
doing a
games
show?
the better, man? Like that's all I really
exactly.
have to say. I can't really tell you a hype level because like I'm not like a avid following fan of THQ Nordic, but they make some pretty good games. Like I believe, they made Biomutant. They have I believe they made the last wrestling game, the AEW game. That game was kind of fun. So I mean, they have some pretty decent games and they made some pretty fun things, but by no means am I like, man, I can't wait for this because I don't have like the history of loving THQ Nordic like that. Like I was a big THQ fan back in like the 64 days, and stuff like that. Like the older generations and stuff like that. But as for like the new generation stuff, THQ is just kind of like I'll hype you up when you give me something to hype, but I'm not gonna hype up prior to. I was very positive with their Biomutant game. I thought that game was hot. I was a big fan of it. The only thing I didn't like was the sound in the game. I thought the score was kind of fucked.
I didn't notice that.
I didn't like things sounding like twigs.
But they were little tiny creatures.
So they're hitting each other, man. I don't know why you got hit. Sound like Ethiopians talking to each other.
All right, settle down, Ham. Settle down. Cozy.
That hit home.
THQ. Bro.
Too close to home?
A little too close to home. All right, too close. Cozy. THQ showcase.
Yeah, I haven't really played any THQ games in ages. Titan Quest is kind of cool, but
Did you play the old WWF games?
no.
Okay. Stanley Francois and DJ Birdo enjoyed your little Ethiopian joke there, Ham.
Yeah.
Moving on.
This is good.
Streamlabs. It was something. Streamlabs releases plugin for OBS, meaning streamers no longer need to choose between them. So this one I specifically chose because I wanted you, Ham, to kind of break down what this actually means. The way Mental breaks down a lot of the other technical stuff, because I don't really understand what's being communicated here, because I didn't use OBS to stream. When we used to use OBS, it was only you streaming. Now that we use Streamlabs, that's when like I can stream or you can stream or whatever.
This is simply just another option. It really is. I mean, if you want to just continue to only use Streamlabs, then you can do that. But if you like Streamlabs but want to be able to take advantage of all the stuff that OBS has, well, there's a plugin for it now. So then you can have the best of both worlds.
Look at you with the summary.
All it is.
Okay.
It's just access to what Streamlabs has to offer within OBS instead of having a standalone Streamlabs.
Okay, gotcha.
You have to have the paid Streamlabs for it to work, I see.
Is that a thing?
I see that paragraph. It says, while the Streamlabs plugin, easy for me to say, is free, users will have to subscribe to its paid Streamlabs Ultra subscription for advanced features such as premium overlays and multi-stream. Well, that's not surprising just for those advanced features. So maybe it's not a requirement for it to just work.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe it's not a big
So
deal.
I'm assuming if you've already like paid before and you have stuff that's accessible from them, you can now just access it through OBS and bring Streamlabs on over. But if you don't have that stuff yet, you'll have to pay for the use of some of the stuff through OBS.
You're gonna have to try it.
Which I don't use Streamlabs, so this is a big shoulder shrug for me. I don't care.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Streamlabs. It choked my computer too much.
It choked your computer.
Too much, yeah.
Streamlabs does?
Yeah.
And OBS is okay?
Once. Yeah, OBS seems to be the one that just like, I don't know, not much going on with it. It crashes and things on it stop working randomly, but OBS itself is not.
Streamlabs is kind of like the supposed to be easy version of OBS.
Yeah, I didn't have nearly as many problems, but if I want to keep everything open on my computer and run it, Streamlabs did not like that nearly as much as OBS.
OBS is more like you do whatever you want. There's not really a whole lot of presets available unless you add plugins.
Yo, Danny, you man
on fire today.
Oh my goodness. Just chef's kiss, man. Just mwah. Never change, yo, Danny. Matt, welcome back. Welcome back to the show.
Mick the Click said, "Yo, Donnie, not my mother's people. Leave them alone." That's phenomenal.
Oh my goodness. All right, moving on to the next one. Ubisoft free-to-play FPS X Defiant finally gets a release date. The game will go live May 1st on PS5, the Series X and S, and PC. According to Ubisoft, the game's preseason will start. Preseason will start on that date and will last for 6 weeks before the first proper season begins.
Preseason?
During preseason, players will have access to 14 maps, 5 modes, and 24 weapons,
Sounds pretty fucking lit.
including 44 attachments. It will also feature the previously confirmed 5 factions from different Ubisoft series. So Libertad will be Far Cry, Phantoms, Ghost Recon, Echelon will be Splinter Cell, Cleaners is the Division, and DeadSec, Watch Dogs. DeadSec will only be available after unlocking or purchasing. Following preseason, X Defiant will have a new season every 3 months, with year one's 4 seasons adding 1 more faction, 3 new weapons, and 3 new maps. Each season will also have a 90-tier battle pass. The game has okay, so clearly someone's aiming for Call of Duty's next. Matt, what are your thoughts on X Defiant?
I mean, from what I played of it, it was pretty fun. I thought it was a nice, interesting twist on the Call of Duty formula. I thought it was different enough to stand out, but familiar enough to still scratch the itch for Call of Duty. I didn't play their last beta. I guess there was some issues with the last beta network-wise. It was pretty terrible from what I understand. But surprised to see that it's coming out all of a sudden so quick. But I'm happy about it. I'll for sure try it. It's free to play.
I gotta make up for that pirate thing.
Yeah.
The quadruple A game. The biggest banger of 2024. Don't do that, Ham. Don't do that. Okay, you know what, Ham? You
I don't
go
know
next.
what the fuck
You
they
go
were
next.
thinking with that game.
Man, they were thinking we're gullible. You go next, Ham. What are your thoughts on X Defiant and their odds of either beating or surviving Call of Duty?
I definitely think there's room to survive. I mean, Battlefield's been here for I don't know how long now, and they had a fucked up launch. And so, like, if they survived throughout that pain and turmoil, then I think there's definitely room for somebody else to come shake things up as well. As Matt was kind of saying, I hope, or Matt said it felt different enough, and I hope that feeling translates over to me, because I definitely wouldn't mind giving this game a try and whatnot. It's free to play, so I mean it's pretty accessible to hop in there and give it a try and whatnot. I'm interested in how they're planning on releasing season passes and whatnot to this game, and seeing if that's going to be out of pocket crazy or if that's going to be pretty legit. I feel like that's going to be a big help for this game kind of launching, is if they have a pretty easy and not insulting season pass kind of introduction into the game. So like maybe it like if a season pass is like $20, it'd be pretty cool to be like, you know, for our welcome aboard, get the season pass this time for like $10 or something like that, right? Like something to entice you, but be happy that you're the first ones to hop into this game and get started. I feel like a lot of games as a service games have a problem with kind of onboarding when it comes to like seasons and also having enough content and stuff like that when they come out. We've seen Battlefield fumble the bag, Halo fumbled the bag with that. Somebody that's been extremely successful with it is like a like a Helldivers. Helldivers has been very successful with the way that they've been keeping content kind of rolling in and keeping people interested and stuff like that. So if they can kind of keep that same sentiment and be prepared, which is very seemingly unlike Ubisoft as of late, that would be a kind of a nice little shift for them. I think it'd be pretty good to see them come out and have something that they're on top of, and something that's also not just trying to work their way into my wallets very forcefully, right? Maybe just treat maybe kind of baby players into loving it is kind of what I'm saying, because you're hitting us with something new, fresh, and interesting, and there's a lot of other things that we could be playing instead. So I think if they keep that in mind, that hey, we don't have to be here, we're choosing to be here, then maybe if you cater to those folks that feel that way, which is most of us, then you'll have a good game on your hands. Remember, you're catering the players. The players aren't catering you.
Yeah. 100%.
Know your role and shut your mouth.
Goddamn right.
Mental, what are your thoughts on X Defiant and the odds of them surviving?
I think competition's always good. So if they think they got a game that's going to make inroads, you got to bring it out and support it well and try and build an audience. To do that, they need to be able to compete and make sure it's a good game. So I'm always for more competition. If it turns out to be trash, it's trash. I don't know. That's about all I got to say. I never played any, like, I don't play Ubisoft multiplayer games, really. The only multiplayer game I really play is Halo these days. But that's largely due to the fact I don't have a ton of time to sit in game lobbies and like I used to when I was younger. I used to have all the time in the world to just sit around in lobbies and just keep, going hardcore on whatever game it is I'm playing at the time. Halo is a game I can jump into and just enjoy. Usually. It's very rare that I rage in Halo. More often than not,
But it does
tend to do
happen.
fairly well. It happens. Oh, sure. There's those games where you're just like, what the hell's going on, right? Like, and usually it's something weird with a server that you get dumped into. That particular lobby, there's some lag issues and junk like that you run into. That's what I find with Halo. But, those games are few and far between. Ordinarily, it plays pretty well. But will I play this? Maybe. I don't know. Probably not, but maybe. You never know.
Live Supremacy, welcome in. Cozy Beluga, X Defiant.
I
Psyched,
hope the
and
game
do you think it'll
finds
beat?
success. I don't think it'll jump out the box and beat Call of Duty, but it doesn't need to be successful. This is to find its audience. I have no interest in it. So.
Yeah, you and me both. Yeah, Skull and Bones wants to be Sea of Thieves so bad they named the game after how Sea of Thieves was released. Okay. All right, so that's X Defiant coming out in May. Actually, it's coming out this month, right?
It's May. Yeah.
It is May. It's not gonna be May.
Yeah, May 21st. Yeah, it's coming out this month. Yeah. All right.
It's like the same day as
last
Hellblade,
one.
right?
So no chance. No
What?
chance in hell. You've got no chance.
Hellblade, it's way gonna be more popular than Hellblade. They're two different games,
What?
two different audiences.
Yeah, they're two totally different games.
Two different audiences.
Play Hellblade for like 4 hours and be like, I'm gonna take a break for that, and then hop into X Defiant.
I'm willing to bet Hellblade will have more players playing it for the first week that they're both out.
I doubt it.
Sure. Maybe.
You doubt it, Cozy?
I probably doubt that though, because X Defiant's a multi-platform. So.
And multiplayer.
That too. That part. And it's free.
Oh yeah, it is free. Oh.
So look. Hate to break it to you.
I probably have to change my mind there. Damn it.
Yeah. We
Well,
told
I'm
you.
going to be playing the crap out of Hellblade.
I'll be playing neither.
This game, I don't care at all. Games should stop trying to be these X game killer. These expectations are high for that. Hope X Defined is good. Yeah. We all hope it'll be good.
I don't think they package themselves as such. It's like people in general have a limited perspective, and they're always going to point to one game and be like,
Compare.
it's going to compare to that, and it's going to kill it and destroy it.
Like, I like, what's it? Metaphor Refantatio. It's not a Final Fantasy killer. It's not a Persona
Yeah, it
killer.
is.
It's just, oh my God.
It is.
Oh, goodness, Sam.
It's just one more shovel of dirt. I'm just waiting for Persona to hit it with that, that moment that that you're done shoveling when you start patting the ground.
The killing blow.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know. Persona put Final Fantasy in a grave.
So
well, really, I take that back. Really, Square Enix put Final Fantasy in a grave.
Yes.
Persona just said
that's more accurate.
Persona just took its hands off of it like Scar, right? Just let it fall into the wildebeest.
You were already in a precarious position. I just didn't help you. Matt, you're muted.
Yes, sir. I'm back.
You were saying something.
Was I saying something?
No, he got off the. He was trying to talk off camera.
I was on the phone real quick.
Oh, okay. Is there a Rayman fan here? Because Raichi says, I hope it fails and dies quickly so Ubisoft can work on Rayman 4.
No, they're just going to work on another one. Yes.
I ain't played Rayman since
those were like the last good games we got from them.
Yeah. All right.
That's like saying I hope Sea of Thieves fails so they can bring back Banjo-Kazooie. Like, that's not happening.
And Shin Megami
That's
Tensei
not
is
going
better
to
than
happen.
Persona.
It's not going to happen. So, Kozi, you're responding to your Danny?
Yeah.
Shin Megami Tensei is better than Persona.
Yeah. It just doesn't have I can wank off to teenage girls. So
all right,
it's popular.
Right. Glad I got back for that.
Right.
What? Cozy.
And with that, today's show.
Could have left my camera on.
Wow. Last topic of the day.
What I do?
No, Cozy. We're not going to delve deep into that one. Nope, we're not. We're just going to.
We're not here to help you understand.
Nintendo takes down more than 8,500 clones of Switch emulator Yuzu with a single DMCA notice. So, as reported by Torrent Freak, the company issued a DMCA notice at GitHub this week, which led to GitHub removing 8,535 repositories containing versions of the emulator. In a statement made on GitHub's page, the site explained that since Nintendo had pointed out more than 100 repositories that it alleged were offering the emulator, GitHub applied the same action to all of them. Here's a quote. Because the reported network that contained the allegedly infringing content was larger than 100 repositories, and the submitter alleged that all of them, all or most of the forks were infringing to the same extent as the parent repository, GitHub processed the takedown notice against the entire network of 8,535 repositories, inclusive of the parent repository, it stated. I don't know anything about emulators. Mental, I'm guessing you have more information on what repositories are and how they work? Because I thought emulators were just one specific app and then that's the end of it.
Yeah, I don't. I haven't messed with emulators at all.
Ham?
But
Ham? Emulators?
I don't really mess with emulators myself too often, but I mean, what's your question in particular?
Like, I don't understand the relationship between repositories and emulation.
Me neither.
The
Well-
repository, if I'm not, I could be way off on this, but if I'm not,
Go ahead.
if I'm understanding it correctly, wouldn't that just be like, you mentioned GitHub, right?
Yes.
So that would just be like there's a repository of there's a lot of access to that emulator that should be dead because Nintendo has done everything they could to kill it in the last couple
Yes.
months. So that thing should be dead, but it's not.
Also, these are
because
remnants.
Yeah, so because people are hosting that file on GitHub, and then people are going and downloading that file to get access to an emulator that should not exist anymore.
Oh.
I think that's not wrong, but I'm thinking what it is these are, you can, in coding, you can have different forks of the parent code as it lists the parent directory or parent repository. So when you have a fork, it just means essentially that you've got some changes to that code and you forked off in a different direction. So you're making different optimizations, you're adding different features than what maybe the original had. But a lot of that same source code from the original will still be contained in the fork. So that's why they're claiming copyright infringement, because they now own that original source code that was in the Yuzu emulator. So rather than having to prove that, one by one, that these are all containing source code that belongs to the original, which they now own, they just made a blanket DMCA request, and then GitHub went and removed all the code. So that's what I think they're after. I mean, there's other emulators out there that are still active and usable. The difference is they're free. They weren't charging money or making the creators of them don't make money off it. And that's where Yuzu made their big mistake, is they were making money off it. And that's why Nintendo had an issue with it.
Yeah. Okay.
My daughter still uses emulators all the time. Shh. She's underage. She can't sue her. You can't go after her. She's too young.
Yeah, but you're setting her up to get sued as soon as she turns 18.
You can't.
What are we doing?
Yeah. No, I mean, she's not making any money off it. She's just downloading what's there.
You don't know now.
Oh, I know.
Nintendo doesn't know this. Anyways, let's run away from this very quickly. All right, so Ham, with this explanation that we got from Matt, assuming that Matt's explanation makes sense, what are your thoughts on Nintendo taking down these clones for Yuzu?
I mean, it's their right to do that. It's their games, right? So, I mean, if they choose to knock down, and a place that's giving out, access to their IP, then that's totally their right to do so. I personally think the more that we're starting to see these emulators kind of get knocked out, the more I'm starting to think that maybe Nintendo has a plan that they're working on.
I'm certain they do.
I'd hope so.
Yeah, I think they have a plan kind of set in the background where they're gonna somehow make these games that people have been looking to still be able to have access to and monetize it for themselves, to be able to keep those things alive. As you see, like Xbox, PlayStation, both of those companies are really looking into backwards compatibility more than they ever have, more than they did in the prior generation.
History. Yeah.
So
I agree 100%, man.
So I think that Nintendo's kind of thinking the same way, where it's like, oh, these people still want to buy this shit. And then they, go up and look up Yuzu and they see how many people are fucking around and they're like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, let's
get this
try to make
emulator.
some money off of this. This is some bullshit.
It's a lot of lost money.
Yeah.
It really is.
You're leaving money on the table. People have been telling them for years that they're leaving money on the table. But this is like their actual moment of like recognition for something like that. It looks like you have something that you want to say, Mental.
Oh, I do. Like, guaranteed, you're going to see a version of this emulator running on Switch 2 that's going to do all the emulation for all their old games, including Switch titles, everything, right? Like that, 100%, I guarantee it. Like, there's going to be something that comes along like that. And why not wipe out your biggest competitor, right? And just take ownership of the code. You save all that development time. And like I say, they probably wouldn't have had a case because these guys like Yuzu, they weren't selling games. Like, you weren't getting games from them. You're just getting an emulator, which was a tool designed to allow you to help back up your games, the ones you own legally. And you need the activation key. I forget what it's called. There's like some kind of a key for the ISO when you get it that you need to have in order to actually have the game launch in Yuzu. So that was the way of saying, hey, we're not we're not doing anything illegal here, right? Because the owner has to have the actual game in order to play it. But the problem was, from the way I understand it, is they were making money off the emulator. And that gave Nintendo grounds to come in and go after them because they're making money off of something.
At first. They weren't
It was
at
the
first.
Patreon,
That's why
right?
they were able to last for so long. It was completely free. As soon as they implemented it, that means that Nintendo is watching all the emulators, because
Nintendo
as soon as they
praying for their
implemented it didn't even take a week. It was like 48 hours after they implemented it. Boom, lawsuit. It's over. You've lost everything.
Yeah,
gotcha, bitch.
Yeah.
So,
and now Nintendo has the code to all the most popular stuff. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think you're 100% right, Ham, and they're gonna use this to their advantage, and it may mean you see emulated versions of all these old games that have been lost to the history come back officially through Nintendo, and suddenly you'll be able to buy them all on their store.
Shout out also to PlayStation. Maybe figure out your own emulation, please. I know that's off topic, but please do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that PS3 catalog is
crazy.
always looking good, but hard to access.
Man,
I'm still, dumbfounded that Sony hasn't gone online, got one of the open source emulators, made it their own, and have it run on PS5 for PS3 games. I just can't believe that.
It's shocking.
It's incompetence in many ways. Like, the fact they can't do that or figure that out, I think it's just BS. They want to just keep renting them instead of actually just making them available so you can play your own games.
I mean, they can make them installable and still rentable, only rentable.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Either way, the problem with piracy is not money. The problem with piracy is availability.
I think there's plenty of evidence.
Provide the service. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. No, I was just going to agree with you. I apologize. I'm talking over you guys. I didn't take any medication today. But I agree. Like, proven fact that if you make services cheap enough, people will use the service instead of just pirating, right? Like, it's
in some cases
pretty clear.
It's not even that the services are expensive, it's that they don't exist.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
That's the problem.
Like you're literally
can't get it any other way
to give you money.
Yeah.
I want to give you the money, but
yeah, I can't. So I'm going to go find it, and yeah.
Because I want to play Metal Gear Solid 4. I want to. but I don't have a PlayStation 3, and I don't live in a country that's friendly to the maintenance of old consoles. So what's my alternative?
You gotta fly to America. Well, I'm fly to America.
Thank you.
You just gotta go.
said
You gotta
said
go
it.
down the road to your local
No.
game store and grab yourself a PS3.
Whatever, man.
Excuse me.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I
they're
got
everywhere.
you in 4K. You said it yourself.
Fly to America. What am I talking about? Most American guy
Cozy.
here.
Yes.
Cozy, please tell us what your thoughts are on the whole Yuzu thing.
Yeah, I think their mistake was being like, let's charge for this. Because once
Is that the game you want right there, Luke?
once you start,
Which one?
wow,
Oh, you bastard.
There he goes.
wow,
Like brand new. Like brand new.
piece.
I think I just go plug this into my PS3. Excuse me for a
Look
minute.
at this guy. Look at this.
Sorry, buddy.
This is why we have things like critical race theory. What the hell?
what?
If it makes you, hey, Look, if it makes you feel any better, I don't have my case for it's over there, but I just took it on my PS3.
All of you guys, Ham, if you dare, go and
I'd
grab
use that
your
as a
copy as
frisbee.
well, Ham.
I'm too lazy.
If you dare,
you're in luck.
Man.
Look, I'm gonna buy a copy just to use as a frisbee.
There you go.
Send you the video footage.
Be good for something finally.
Man.
What?
This is like brand new. It's like I've never even used it. It's like sparkly.
Blasphemy.
Pristine.
Blasphemy everywhere I look. Blasphemy.
Dude.
You should just chuck it across the room and just show Loke that you don't care.
Toss it.
Yeah.
Don't fucking do it, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. Bunch of blasphemers, all of you. Your Danny Casada, thank you very much for the super chat. Says I got a unit
wow.
Sexy Stellar Blade games. Games.
Oh boy.
Wow. That's
oh my.
Oh my. As a cervix. Well, wow.
I think that kind of I feel like that ties up the loose ends.
Yeah.
Of this show.
That brings us to the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. We
Did you want to go back up to what Umbra was asking?
Yeah, I did. I highlighted it actually. Before you hop on out of here, Umbra has a question. Says, who is up in this battle between the K-Dot and Drake? Matt, you can go first.
I gotta be honest with you. Out of all, how many disses were released between the two of them in this battle?
If I'm not mistaken, Kendrick's at 3, Drake's at 2 right now.
Okay, so I've only heard one of Kendrick, so I have no idea. I heard the last one Kendrick did, not the one he did today, I guess, but like the one before that. I was like, that's pretty dope. But I've heard none of what Drake did. I heard none of what Kendrick did before or after that one. So I'm out on this.
Oh,
I can't tell you.
I'm gonna send you a link. There's a song called "Like That." Oof.
Who's that by? Is it Drake or it doesn't matter? Just,
it's Kendrick. It's Kendrick. It's vicious. It is vicious.
All right.
But I'll send you a link that there's a guy that's doing like the summary of the whole thing, so you can pick out the songs and listen to them in chronological order. These guys are going for their necks.
I'll say just off of like I don't like Kendrick really, and I dislike Drake even more. So I guess if you made me choose, I'd pick Kendrick, but it would be based on nothing other than that. So I don't really,
All right. Mr. Inferno, what you mean meme? What meme? What are we talking about? Ham, who's winning? Drake or Kendrick?
I think that edge, and I mean an edge, goes to Kendrick right now. And I say it like I feel like Kendrick would be kind of like knocking him out the water if he responded really quickly. But it took weeks for him to respond, and it's just like if you give any a high quality artist weeks to do something, they should come out with something good. Or else it's like, what have you been doing?
Yeah.
So it's just like I give him a slight edge to that. I liked all the different styles that he used within that one song. I haven't listened to 16 in LA yet, which is supposed to be like a super deep kind of diss with the dates and the time. And I don't care about all that. Like, to be honest, like if I have to look into the lore of something to figure out, oh, that was a diss, then it's not that great.
The lore of a song.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not looking into all that stuff. It's just like, what did you provide me right here, right now? Like, I'm not finna do research on what this is all supposed to mean and all the undertones and whatnot. I tell you, if we're having a freestyle match and it's like, me versus, whoever, whatever, not that I'd ever do something like that because I'm not a lyricist. But and
then you have to go look up some shit.
Yeah.
To understand what Ham is saying.
Like, that person rips me apart and then I rip them apart, but you only understand it if you understand where I'm coming from,
the whole story,
the background of it and whatnot. And I'm just like handing out dictionaries and fucking history books while I'm freestyling the motherfuckers. Like, everyone's gonna look at me like, I ain't got time for this shit.
It's the Marvel Universe curse, dude. You have to know the lore
I ain't
for
gonna
Endgame
do this,
to be epic. Otherwise, Endgame is just whatever. But Endgame is epic because you know everything.
So right now, I am a bigger Drake fan than I am a Kendrick fan. I just like his cadence of putting out music and stuff like that. I don't feel like I'm waiting, a quarter to a half a decade for an album to come out from Drake. I feel like, I just go to like Spotify or YouTube and like I do that every quarter of a year and there's something new on there and I like that. As for Kendrick, it's like I'm looking for hits or, listening to the, Good Kid, Mad City or something like that. Like, he has great music. It's just like he's just not always around all the time. So, I mean, as for the battle between them two, I honestly can't take it too serious either because I was talking to Matt about this yesterday. It's like, I just don't know, like, especially when we're talking about money flying around the way that money does for these individuals. I never notice. I never know if these things are legit or if they're just kind of a money stunt. Because it's just like they could totally profit hard from hating each other, much more than they could profit working together.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So, like, who's to say that this isn't like I'm a Hunter fan. Rachie, go fuck off. Yeah, so like I just don't know how serious to take it. Plus, like in old beefs back in the day, like you wasn't sure like if somebody was gonna make it to the next song from dissing somebody like that. You're like, yo, somebody might clap that motherfucker. That shit was foul. Like this motherfucker better watch their back talking crazy like that. And it's like, I damn sure ain't expecting Drake to do anything crazy like that because he ain't about that life. And Kendrick, although he's from an area that's very about that life, he's made it very clear that he is not trying to be that. So it's just like,
but have you seen the people he rolls with? Come on.
What?
Urban people?
No.
What?
actual like gangsters.
So Drake. I mean, here's this thing. I hate it when people say, "Oh, they motherfucking roll with killers." Of course, they're rich.
What?
Who the fuck that isn't? Taylor Swift probably rolls with killers. Like who do we fucking know, man? Like
Yeah,
like
but
a
they're not
motherfucker
Crips
steps, the motherfucker
or
step to
Bloods
Taylor
or
Swift. You
whatever.
don't think a bodyguard's gonna
How do you
body
know?
that dude?
Probably like 5 or 6
So
bodyguards.
so to me, this whole they roll with killers thing, man. As soon as you're rich, you're rolling with killers. That's just what it is. You're not
Taylor.
gonna sit there and roll with a bunch of nerds that ain't gonna be able to protect you.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And
I'd
to
roll
your
with
point,
Matt.
Taylor Swift
I'd
is a
roll with
Crip.
Matt. She what?
Taylor Swift is.
All right. We're not even getting into that. We're
Oh,
not
my
getting into
God.
that. Mental. Who's winning? Your daddy says you're going to pick Drake because you're Canadian.
Oh yeah, hands down, it's Drake all the way.
I was interested
Go
in
Canada.
a Canadian guy.
It's clear that Matt hates Canadians, so
I do.
I got to stand up for Canada.
My
Stand up.
home and native land.
Yeah, no,
Stop
I'm
it,
indifferent
Cozy.
to all this stuff.
I don't listen to urban
I don't know.
music.
Whoa.
But I'll give the nod to Drake just because Canadians,
Just
we got to
because.
stick together. There's not very many of us, so we're
Cozy,
outnumbered 10-1.
Yes.
Drake or Kendrick?
I already
Who's
said I don't
winning?
listen
Pick
to urban
one.
music.
Pick one.
You have to pick
Pick
one.
one.
Cozy.
I don't have
Pick
to pick one.
Yeah, you do. Pick one.
Well, one is an actor who's pretending to be a musician.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So
What's the other one?
The other
And
one-
who? Who's that? What are you talking about?
That's Drake.
Hmm.
Who's the second one? Give us another
The other
one.
one is people
Uh-huh.
who make boring urban music. It's like Kendrick. Doesn't he make like? Because I know someone who listens to him, and if you're in the car with people who listen to him, it's like, ugh. He makes like the jazz music of urban music. It's like, why?
That was a pretty good explanation, Cozy.
Which is true. I'm
That wasn't
sorry,
too bad.
Kendrick.
I mean,
For Kendrick
the
fans, I'm so
yeah, the
sorry. She's
Untitled
so
album.
right.
The Untitled
So
album was
right.
kind of jazz. It was kind of jazz, to be fair. So, you know,
Oh my god.
I don't know.
This show is all over the place.
I
your
don't
daddy
listen to
says
music. That's the thing. I don't listen to music at all.
She loves music.
unless she's playing a game. Then that's
Exactly.
when she listens to the music.
Yo, Donnie
Oh
thinks you
my
listen to
Lord.
Sade.
The only thing I know about Sade is how many people are named after her and named and spelled wrong.
Is
Yeah,
it
I know,
Sade
right?
or Sade?
No, it's Sade.
I always heard.
Damn, see, I always thought it was
Okay.
Sade. All right.
Yeah, I've always
should
heard it's
ask her.
Sade.
No, it's Sade.
Gotcha.
Interesting. Well, there you go. Infinite Umbra. It's Drake mostly. Sir X-Man, thank you so much for the super chat. Mental, you gave us carrots and Philip.
Terrence and Phillip. Oh no. He meant Terrence and Phillip.
Terrence and Philip.
Carrots.
He meant Terrence and Phillip.
I prefer carrots and Philip myself.
Oh man.
Uh,
Oh, Sir X, man. That's great.
Oh man, let's get the fuck out of here. Jesus Christ.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Matt, do your outro. Tell people where
You
they
can
find
find me. You can find me on my channel. Videos every Monday and Friday. Will be a little bit tough with the scheduling. As of late, but videos every Monday and Friday usually. Definitely Wednesdays. A podcast with Ham Solo, the 2-player podcast on my channel at 4 p.m. Eastern, and then I'm here every Friday 4 p.m. Eastern for this right here, BullSittin. So you can find me here. You can find me on my channel. You can find me on Twitter at MattLikesGames, and that's where you can find me.
All right. Cozy Bland Luga. That's what they're calling you in the chat. Mental, plug your stuff.
Mental 9R on X and pretty much everywhere: PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, you name it, except for YouTube, where you can find me at Caffeine Entertainment, all one word. And yeah, I got a couple of videos that I'm working on for that, coming soon to a channel near you.
No, you don't.
All right.
I do, actually. Yeah, I
Cozy.
got one. I upgraded my Steam Deck to a 2 terabyte internal drive, so I recorded that. I'll see if I can make heads or tails of it, and I'll post it if I can.
Terabytes. Very nice. Cozy.
All right, you can find me
Plug
on
your stuff.
Thursday. On Thursdays, 4GQ TV. Fridays, here with all you fine fellows, or mostly, and the Canadian. And and then later, you can find me pretty wasted with Wise
Can
and
confirm.
Low. Huh? Yeah.
I can
pretty
confirm
wasted.
that she's pretty wasted.
Yeah.
And then on Sundays, Majestic Mayhem. But you can also find me wherever you find Cozy Belugas.
Hey.
I'm
Damn.
terrible. I
Wanna
didn't
plug
mention
anything
this
before-
crew, but you know, I'm here, so I didn't think I had to mention
You know
you guys.
what?
You're awesome.
You're smelly.
Oh, smelly now.
I was saying the words of
mean-
Mike, but that doesn't work quite the same.
Okay, smelly.
Smelly
Okay.
Canadians.
All right. Time out. Ham.
Too much fresh air up here.
Yeah. Ham. Plug before we get on up out of here.
Yeah, I mean, you can find me here all the time. Also on K Maker's channel later on today, this evening, 8 p.m. Eastern, or no, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern for GRG. His show, or the crossover, will be on his channel next week on Monday, and I'll be doing the gaming forecast on Monday as well that evening. As for upcoming people for Behind Them Sticks, I got a lot. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm all set.
It's packed.
I'm
How packed is
pretty
it? Just
set
give us
all
an
the way up
analogy.
until like mid to the end of June. So
No. Give us an analogy. How packed is it, Ham? If Behind Them Sticks was a club, how packed is it?
if Behind Them Sticks was a club, let's just say that there's no reason trying to go to the restroom. You might as well go next door, because there is no space available. All urinals are taken. Everyone's pissing out that goodness.
Wow.
Right. That's a good one. Appreciate you, Ham. Appreciate you. All right. So let's get out of here. Our weekly schedule is as follows. Sundays is for My Gaming Log. This is a podcast where I decompress from the week in gaming, 2100 hours Central African time. This week we're definitely doing it. There's no conflicting podcast on any other channel. Mondays are the crossover. Mondays are for the crossover at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, where Ham Solo and K-Mega discuss Xbox related stuff and more. Tuesdays, me and Ham Solo duke it out in a quick fire discussion centering on video game news on the lowdown at 5 p.m. Eastern. Wednesdays, we're off on TSWS Gaming, but Ham Solo does feature on Matt Likes Games channel for the Two-Player Podcast at 4 p.m. Eastern on Matt Likes Games channel. Did I mention that Matt likes games?
I have
Thursdays,
a channel.
And it's called
Matt Likes Games.
Thursdays are headlined by Behind Them Sticks at 8 p.m. Eastern, where Ham Solo introduces people in and around gaming that you may or may not know to try and bring and positively bring people together. Ham, who specifically is on this coming Thursday?
This coming Thursday.
Yes.
Let me look at my.
Who put me on the
calendar.
big screen?
You've been like that for a while, buddy.
I thought you
Damn
did
it.
that.
Black Viking.
Oh, nice. Black Viking is going to be on Behind Them Sticks. Fridays is the big hangout we've coined as Bullsitting, featuring Cozy Beluga, Matt Likes Games, Ham Solo, Mental 9R, myself, and a special guest or two to discuss the week's big gaming happenings. And we also find out what Cozy Beluga is willing to eat or drink on the live stream at 4 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for tuning in to Bullsitting on TSWS Gaming. We hope you had as much fun watching as we did talking gaming. If you enjoyed the podcast, smash the like button. If you didn't enjoy the podcast, smash the like button because the algorithm doesn't care and we all know it. Also, subscribe to our channel for more gaming content. Thank you also very much for watching. God damn it, who did this? Ah.